Just let that moonlight stand down on us, cause he won't tell. Hell, this old truck got half tank. That mason jar's full of shine. Tell me, girl, now what's think? I'm your
Stream Element says BC Scanner is now live.
I'm live.
Streaming just chatting. My live stream. Bayou Preppers 1 says sup.
Sup?
MS Girl 82 says hey everyone.
Hello.
Jamie Nicole B says hello.
Hello.
Michael Williams 2021 says hey John.
Hello to you.
Sticky Nicky 53 says it's about time.
Yep.
Chris Ellis 19,933 says hell yeah, let's go, hope everyone is having a great night. Pammy 9588 says hey everyone. MS Girl 82 says hey John.
Hello.
How are you? Jennifer C. Tink says hey John.
Guys, hold on, I'm checking on something real quick. We'll get right to work.
560 North SH38B, 560 North SH38B, room 122. Current dog fight on him now.
Uh-oh. Puppies are biting.
Bayou Preppers 1 says is that store open John?
Nope. It's got nothing in it.
Sabotage Soul says hi John.
Hello to you. Guys, if you're new here, my name is John Gray. This is BC Scanner. We're going to listen to the scanner. We're going to record police interactions. That's what we're doing.
Sarah Mac 84 says well here we are.
Here we are.
Sticky Nicky 53 says I got a survey the other day about how I felt about your YouTube video.
Oh yeah, what did
Christy Brett says hi.
Hello.
Bayou Preppers 1 says Bell is gone.
Let me get organized for the different stream. We'll get right to work.
Bucks 43 says hi John.
Hello.
Jake underscore not underscore loud says hey John.
Getting all this extra stuff out of my way. We have to go through so much effort to hide the fact we're driving. We're on TikTok. And it just gets in my way when we come over here.
Jake underscore not underscore loud says John farted in the trunk.
I did not.
Sarah Mac 84 says cheer 45.
Cheer.
Stream Element says Sarah Mac 84 just cheered 45 bits.
Thank you.
Bayou Preppers 1 says yeah was going to ask what happened. Michael Williams 2021 says you need to clean your car John Law.
Yes, it's horrible.
Bucks 43 says how are you John?
I'm doing good.
Sticky Nicky 53 says the survey was from Google Opinions Rewards.
Oh yeah.
Kakisper says hello.
Did you tell
Stream
him?
Element says thank you for following Smiley Days 2025.
Thank you, Smiley
Jake
Days.
underscore not underscore loud says hell yeah brother.
Oh, what? We're missing something here.
Bucks 43 says hey Nicky. Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points.
It worked.
Sticky Nicky 53 says I told them I loved it.
Good. All right, guys, let's get to work. Now we can. Our mission is to find Clute, because they're not using the radio. What'd you guys think of this Police Academy sound? It worked.
Fuck the police.
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points. Sarah Mac 84 says ha ha ha. Bayou Preppers 1 says cat and mouse. Jake underscore not underscore loud says hell yeah brother.
Oh yeah, brother.
Joanne 8775 says good evening everyone.
Stop! In the name of the law!
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points. Bucks 43 says like OMG can you like stop like filming me that'd be like so like kind of like awesome. Chris Ellis 19,933 says freedom of America.
America.
Confirming Wolverine.
Don't you
ever touch my balls without asking?
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points. Jake_not_loud says watch for 863 John.
Right, well,
Melanie Syop 1784 says when is our road trip? Chris
see-
Ellis 19933 says that's funny.
Ooh, I can kind of. The fog wasn't supposed to be here till midnight, but if you look off in the background, you can see it already. And we've got to get some air in our tire.
Jake_not_loud says why you video me.
Why you video?
Calling the police. Hello? Yes, this video right here.
Playing
Jail
blurp
time.
sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points. Hilma Coker says John, did you hear on Scanner a call to Elmcroft Senior Living? My
Right.
father
Is our road trip. We got to stop. We got to eventually stop with the next place. That gets air.
Mary, is that a police? I'm calling the weed. 420, what you smoking?
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points.
You guys found the channel points. I think you can search for your own sounds, and you can also play like 60-second videos over there with that thing. We've got to probably let this guy go and get some air in our tire. Which I'm not really happy because it's one of the new tires.
Bucks43 says what did you have for dinner, John?
Pizza.
903 print guy says hi all.
Hey, 903. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff I can't show you over on TikTok.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points.
That man should be arrested immediately.
Just making me laugh. Let me know if I set those too high. If I need
Joanne 8775 says this is Zero Two in front of us. Melanie Syop 1784 says when we're going on our road trip. Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points.
Hopefully he doesn't brake check me. It was his fault.
Bucks43 says what are going on our road trip.
Tomorrow.
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points. Mark the Mad Shark says CC with that last comment on TikTok.
That man should be arrested immediately.
says I'm sure this is helping with headache loss. Melanie Syop 1784 says this is for tomorrow. Bucks43 says what did you have for dinner, John?
Pizza. We've got to get some air in this tire. Good, he's going this way. We got to get some air in the tire. I could have been doing that.
Stop! In the name of the law!
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points.
Cause I'm brown. And not the other color, so police think they have the authority to kill him, I know.
Alanis Pops 1 says sub John.
What's up? Alright. He's gonna think he won, but I gotta get air in the tire, so let's go over here to Roadstar. Unless he goes to Roadstar, he's free to go. He's not detained. Dang, he's probably going to a call too. Let me see.
Help. Police. Murder.
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points.
Alright, let's get some air. Let me see which one. Oh, it's the front tire. I'll show you guys why we have a sudden stop.
I got something to say.
Police. Calling the police. Hello? Yes, this video right here. Jail time.
Sound emote meme using 1,000 Twitch channel points.
Alright. Let's get some air.
Sarah Mac 84 says we need a sound that says help, we are in the trunk law.
Yeah, I can make it. I just want to make sure it worked before I put a lot of effort. Ooh, good thing I had that facing the wrong other way. Good thing I had that facing the other way. That was close. Hey, it's a cyber truck.
Okay, we want answers. Why did you resist a police officer?
Why are you police officers?
I blew up Malaysia.
Blurb sound emote meme using 1,000 Twitch channel points. Bayou Preppers 1 says what? Alanis Pops 1 says definitely need the trunk sound.
Yep. Sorry. Had to back up a little bit.
Ruva 210 says hey guys. Hunter 23,123 says put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat, guys.
Sarah Mac 84 says 1.
This thing
Bayou
sucks.
Preppers 1 says why did you have to turn it around, what was you seeing? Ruva 210 says lol hi my love. Sarah Mac 84 says 1.1k followers.
This is letting more air out than it's letting in. This thing's crap.
Kashibrat says don't put air in tires. Sticky Nicky 53 says it wasn't long enough, that's what she said long.
This sucks. This thing just stole our money. Oh, we're gonna have to find another one, guys. This thing just sucks. Don't get air here. Yeah, don't get air here.
Sticky Nicky 53 says that she.
Alright. Way to start a stream.
Go ahead.
Alright, we got 26. It did actually put 2 more pounds of air.
Reporting stated a large dually truck struck her vehicle and drove off. The vehicle has since stopped in that block number.
Entry boy 23,123 says do you have a flat tire job?
I got, it says it needs air. It says I have 26 pounds, it needs 30.
41, you guys are
35.
Yeah.
Carrie Shearer says is the magic carpet fixed?
No, not yet. Still broke. They're waiting on parts. Parts and negotiations. We're lucky I'm going the other way.
616. Show somebody has one in custody. Call me, right? I'm gonna be north of the bridges.
North of the bridges. Richwood has someone in custody. Freeport has a traffic stop.
1646. Be advised, caller is disregarding law enforcement. She stated the vehicle owner is going to exchange information with her.
Edward, Nora, John. Edward, Nora. Gummy. Good 32.
Up next, I got some songs from the recent past.
Clear.
My gosh.
Watt 6469 says just share to Discord, John, for you.
Thank you so much. I'll fix that in a second. That's a horrible view. What do you guys think this air thing's gonna look like? I need a case number.
That's 13, case number 25-0142, 25-0142.
Hopefully this one works better.
Blurp says playing Blurp sound emote me using 1006 channel points.
I'm gonna get some air real quick.
Attention for reporting MS, attention for reporting MS. Can I get you en route for a 36-year-old male stating that he's in a lot of pain? It's going to be the same subject from earlier. Officer is on scene, standing by. It's going to be at 430 North Brazos Port in the lobby. 430 North Brazos Port in the lobby upstairs. Tim, go ahead. It's going to be Texas DL 12270332, 12270332.
Well, this one just stole my money. He just this
Blurp
one.
says playing Blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points.
22. You can disregard EMS.
Bayou Preppers 1 says wow.
Yeah, this one just stole my money. So now we're $4 in the hole.
That man should be arrested immediately.
You can disregard. Officer stated EMS is no longer needed. Subject to the building.
Suspects what?
Mary, is that a police? I'm calling the weed!
420, what you smoking?
Blurp says playing Blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points.
Alright, I'm gonna quit guessing. I guess we're gonna try to make it all the way to Buc-ee's. I guess I could have waited to do this until I started the live. Sorry about this, guys.
Don't you ever touch my balls without asking.
Bayou Preppers 1 says take it slow.
Yeah.
Watt 6469 says love the new sounds, John.
Don't you ever touch my balls without asking.
Blurp says playing Blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points. Sticky Nicky 53 says we would be driving around anyways, what's the difference, lol.
That's right, I guess.
Help. Police. Murder.
I think I'll change those every day.
The police.
Blurp says playing Blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points. The Lannisfox 1 says tire pressure is off because of the amount of people in the trunk line.
Stop in the name of the law.
25 for sure.
Arrest 40R with 1 on
Carrie Shearer says, does redeeming these different sayings help you out?
No, it's just for you guys. I can make them so that they use for bits. It's a thank you for you guys being here. You earn points the longer you watch me, so it's just a little little extra. I may sometimes on a stop, so I might have to turn them off too. So.
Wait.
Really depends on what's going on.
Blurb says playing blurb sound emote meme using 1,000 Twitch channel points. Jake _ loud says John has warrants.
I don't have warrants anymore. I just cleared them up like today, maybe.
Show Mail 95 in the back of my unit.
Show Mail 95. That means Lake Jackson just arrested someone.
That's the sound of the police.
Most of
That's the sound of the
police.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
Jake _ loud says John's got warrants. Stick to Nicky 53 says let's make Sunday. Blurb says playing blurb sound emote meme using 1,000 Twitch channel points.
I'm just going right to Buc-ee's. I'm not going to stop at any of these. I'm tired of losing money. Trying to get some air.
Hell. Police. Murder.
I think you guys can actually search your own sounds if you know how to do it too. If I'm not mistaken. I just chose some random ones that are kind of funny actually.
Lieutenant Warning.
Okay, we want answers. Why did you resist a police officer?
Why are you police officers?
I blew up Malaysia.
Emote meme using 1,000 Twitch channel points. Kirstybrat says, "Don't you have a portable air thing?"
I do, but it's well, if I had done it right when we started, it would have been a lot
Calling
easier.
the police. Hello? Yes, this video right here. Jail time.
This video right here, jail time. I do, but by the time I hook it up.
Kirstybrat says, "Hate them air machines always taking money and not giving air."
Calling the police. Hello? Yes, this video
Blurb
right
says
here.
playing
Jail
blurb
time.
sound emote meme using 1,000 Twitch channel points. L Davis 95 says paying for air is just wrong.
Yeah. It's always $2.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the
says calling the police sound is
That's the
funny
sound of
John.
the police.
Mark the Mad says you don't want me making my own sounds, well you would have a heart attack. Angie 416 says hello everyone.
I think you can actually search.
And I'll be clear for call. I'll be in the parking lot.
Balanis Fox 1 says that's why
ever
I'm
touch
glad
my
you're
balls
driving
without
a free
asking.
air at QT. Blurb says playing blurb sound emote meme using 1,000 Twitch channel points. Jake _ loud says you got enough steam.
Yeah, so we're gonna
Country
miss
Boy 23,123 says where are we heading, John?
to get some air for the tire.
Charles 4403. North Charles 4403.
Groove 210 says Bucky.
Yeah, we're going to Buc-ee's.
Blurb says playing blurb sound emote meme using 1,000 Twitch channel points. Kirstybrat says haha. Sticky Nicky 53 says I think you have to set it up for us to find our own.
Okay, I'll look at the options.
Vacation number's 19.
I got something to say.
Blitz says playing Blitz says you make me using 1,600 points.
All right, hopefully this one works, guys.
20.
20, go ahead.
Can you connect the 700 block of North Brownsburg Boulevard? Make contact with Marsha at Subway. She advised there's a white male in blue overalls that just came in requesting to use the phone. When they didn't give it to him, he cuts them out. They'd like his CW from the property. He's
Out of
in the
order.
parking lot of shit, please.
Out of order. Did that one work?
That one looks like it worked.
Okay.
I'll be here.
Sticky Nicky 53 says hope this on blows.
This one so far does not blow. This one I pulled into says out of order. And wet paint. I don't know where the wet paint is, but I'll wait for this guy to move. We'll go to the other one. Come on, truck behind me. Everyone's out on a Sunday drive.
Michael Williams 2021 says the sound is so loud I have to turn my TV down.
Oh, okay. I think I can adjust the volume. Thank you for letting me know.
Pammy 9588 says dear air pump, just give me free air. Sent. Sticky Nicky 53 says John needs one to blare. Blitz says playing Blitz sounds you make me using 1,000.
$616 negative on previous conviction.
Still, I should leave.
Tony, the code is no longer on the line. They just advised Alpha to see what last see.
10-4. 15 text ID. Sheriff's at the yard. 3699, 8186.
That's fine.
Where I'm at with him. $608.
All right, guys, that one worked.
Yeah, C24.
Luga 210 says it's a water machine too.
Yep. All right, might as well get a drink while we're here, right?
I got something to say.
Blitz says playing Blitz sounds you make me using 1,600 points.
I'll see if I can adjust the volume on that. Sorry it's so loud. I was worried you guys wouldn't be able to hear it.
Michael Williams 2021 says you don't have to fix it right now, I know you busy. Ruga 210 says large Coke please.
Large Coke. All right, guys, I need you guys on your best behavior. Best behavior, guys. We're gonna go into Bucky's.
Jake underscore not underscore loud says behave while John Blaze and y'all. Lewis says playing Blurf sound emote mean using 1,000 Twitch channel points.
Alright, I turned them down a little bit. See if that's any better. Alright guys, everybody be on your best behavior.
Gabby Bedoya says haha it's quite loud.
I turned it down.
Jake underscore not underscore loud says John farted.
I did not. Was it me?
Angie416 says John has us locked in the trunk.
Alright guys. We got our tea. We're ready to go. How you doing, man? How's it going, man?
Country Boy 23,123 says damn that door hurt my ears. Bruja 210 says
Oh, I need. Almost forgot about that. Alright. You have a good night. You too, man. Guys, you said you were going to be on your best behavior. That's not best behavior.
Sarah Mac 84 says long.
Guys, you said you were going to be on your best behavior. What happened? What happened, guys?
Hello?
Guys, put it in the chat.
Yes, this
the
video
Blurf
right
says
here.
playing
Jail
Blurf
time.
sound emote meme using 1,000 Twitch channel points. Superman Crisp says huh. Jake underscore not underscore loud says film 5.0.
Always, always.
Angie416 says always film 5.0.
Always, always.
Sticky Nicky 53 says always film 5.0.
I think I turned them down too much now. Let's see, I'll put them a little bit more. Alright, that should be better.
Sticky Nicky 53 says bummer I missed it, we need to go back and roll.
In-car cam is not operational.
In-car camera's not operational. That's clue. That's the so they don't have any evidence of this guy's alleged DUI.
I got something to say.
Blurf says playing Blurf sound emote meme using 1,000 Twitch channel points.
Is that better?
Sarah Mac 84 says always film 5.0.
Always, always. Was that better? The volume? Guys, I think we've been on Twitch 1 month today. How about that, guys? I mean, I've had a Twitch account much longer, but we just started streaming on Twitch. I think we're doing excellent, guys. Thank you so much. Especially you guys hung out with me for
0143, 0143.
Gabby Bedoya says still loud to me. Not sure how others feel though. Michael Williams 2021 says you got paid for it yet.
No. Everything I make this month is a month behind. That's why we're still on TikTok.
Jake underscore not underscore loud says back to work.
Yeah, you don't get paid like you get paid every other month basically.
Go ahead, 6-1.
Yes, show us en route to Oyster Creek PD for intox. Clear to copy starting.
What? Oyster Creek PD? Why would they take them there?
Starting mileage is 124 793.
Michael Williams 2021 says I bet it's better.
So that's an interesting call. So Richwood is taking someone to Oyster Creek PD for an intox. I don't even know what that is. I do know they were out on a DWI stop and the guy refused. And they said they're in-car camera, which means they don't have any evidence of the stupid human tricks. No evidence at all. Alright, now we're officially at work, guys.
607 Richwood to dispatch.
That's interesting. They'll just pull back in the back.
Yes, ma'am. We'll be en route to your location for intox of one adult male 95. Can you have one of your units meet us at the Sallyport, please?
Yeah, they're going to meet at the Sallyport. I don't know why.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know why they're taking them all the way to Oyster Creek. Or is Oyster Creek taking them
Michael
to
Williams
Richwood?
2021 says, do you like it better on here, John?
I love it better over here. I have freedom. I'm not stressed out every minute that I'm live about getting banned. I have fun streaming here. And it's supposed to be fun.
Element says thank you for following Vendejo 101.
I like the username. I mean, I love the community over on TikTok. I hate the fucking platform. You guys are great. I don't have any problem with you guys. It's the platform that I have a problem with. And then
Superman Crisp says nothing.
It says nothing. Yeah, I used to have fun over there. But now if they ban me, they take my money and they take your money. They take your money that you're giving to support me.
210 says we love our Superman.
They're stealing.
Sticky Nicky 53 says I know a couple that do both. Twitch gets to talk and the attention, while TikTok just sits a watches.
Like it's
Okay, good day. Subject was trespassing, so what?
Like it's supposed to be fun, right? Every second that I'm live on TikTok, I'm afraid I'm going to get banned. For the silliest shit. And that's the way TikTok is the way, I'm just going to tell it like it is. TikTok is the way I take care of my family right now. I came too reliant on it.
Angie416 says it's fun on here.
I became too reliant on TikTok, and I did that before with Facebook, and I have one platform take me completely down. Almost destroyed us. Almost. Financially.
Aaron Taylor 7855 says guess who's back?
Guess who's back? Aaron's back.
Watts 6469 says freedom over here, but no damn freedom on TT.
None. And they want to go to the Congress that you're taking 170 million Americans free speech? There's no free speech over there. Just a bunch of Karens reporting each other. And jealous. Bunch of jealous Karens.
Sticky Nicky 53 says always run multiple platforms.
Yeah, I have to. Especially with when you have content as controversial as we do, guys. What they could take us out. Here, I'll give you an example. The video that I posted on TikTok of me redressing that cop, the latest one I posted, that one was monetized on TikTok, but not monetized on YouTube. It was yellow on YouTube. So it's almost impossible to make all the platforms happy. I can take the same video.
Stream Element says thank you for following Joey30X.
Joey,
Watts 6469 says at least you ain't got to be worried about getting banned on here, but on TT you're so scared on TT that are gonna be banned.
Yeah, that's why we do an hour. I mean, I still... tomorrow I'm really gonna make you guys watch Power Washing since y'all talked all the crap about it. See what they ban me for.
Sticky Nicky 53 says that was the one that I got the survey on.
Oh, was it? That was the one? And you said it was educational, or yes? Yeah, that one got demonetized. on YouTube. Well, it has
6469 says Oshi power washing. You shouldn't get banned for that. Hopefully, who knows, in teaching dumbass rules.
Right. We'll see. We'll see if I can power wash on TikTok.
Angie416 says TikTok has gotten ridiculous.
We gotta work extra hard to get clued. I'm kind of interested in this. I think Oyster Creek might be coming to Richwood. Is what's going on.
Exoskele just arrived.
Show me just arrived.
Sticky Nicky 53 says yes, I said it was amazing. Checked all good boxing.
That's what I do every video. Because I don't think anything should be silenced. Even if it's something I disagree with. I'm going to put that.
6469 says dumbass C notes.
Even if it's something I hate and disagree with, I'm still going to say that. Because they have the right to make content I hate. They have the right to make it. I get it. They're private companies. I get that.
Sticky Nicky 53 says I agree. 6469 says the government should be able to hide from us. They're so scared of a guy with a damn camera.
Yeah. Well, these guys definitely hide. They're in hibernation. The Clued is hiding so bad. Why do I'm such a status. I use my broke turn signal every time. All right, we're on 288B. You guys are rolling with me. Let's roll up 288B, see what we can find. What do you guys think? I guess that's what makes me different. If I don't like someone's content, I don't watch it. I don't sit around and troll them. I
am the man says come to Freeport.
I am the man. We'll be there. Let's ride up here. I want to see what Richwood's doing. Although it's kind of might be a waste of time because Richwood they made a DUI stop, so they're probably all tied up on that.
Closing that one with Seether. Coming on now, I got a little mix based on John Party, that sort of thing. Let's jump in.
Guys, we got 96 viewers. That's amazing.
Aaron Taylor 7855 says I'm at Freeport too long.
Oh, you're in Freeport? Okay. Aaron, if you see anything, let me know. You're our official spotter. You guys can see as we get further, you see the fog now. That fog was not supposed to be here till midnight. It's here early. Sound like a wind tunnel.
Aaron Taylor 7855 says I'll spot from the keyhole in the truck. Sticky Nicky 53 says your rain made its way across the Gulf of America.
America, Gulf of America. Well, I do see lights up here. I don't know what they're for. Oh, this is gonna be the cop that got stuck with the inventory for the DUI that Oyster Creek just did. That they took to Oyster Creek for some reason quote intox. So we'll be able to at least see the vehicle. This is gonna be one cop sitting around doing nothing while they do the inventory, waiting on the tow truck driver. They said it was right past the bridges. I don't even know if you guys can see them on the camera. Can you guys see the lights or no? Probably not. It's up there right past the light around the three bridges. As we get closer, you'll be able to see them. Did you guys go to sleep? Give me ones if you're still awake.
Steph_Don21 says no.
Let's see if I get past this truck. You might be able to.
What 6469 says where we headed to. Sticky Nicky 53 says 1. I am the man says 1.
Right.
Angie 416 says 1. The homeless Nana says 1.
The homeless
Jake
Nana.
_ loud says 1 from Ontario.
Yay.
Chris Ellis 19,933 says 1.
Okay, good. We got some people awake. I don't know if you guys can see, but this is the DUI stop they just made. They arrested the person. They took the person to
Country Boy 23,123 says yeah, I'm wide awake waiting for the keynote from Wilbur. Mark the Mad Shark says I'm always awake young buck. Stream Element says Joey 30X just subscribed.
Joey, thank you for the
Blurb
subscription.
says playing blurb sound emote meme using 1,000 Twitch channel points. Sticky Nicky 53 says did you say take inventory?
Yes.
Michael Williams 2021 says 1 John.
So this person's already been arrested up here. Because I've been listening to the radio traffic revolving it, or around it. But we'll be able to at least see what vehicle it was, and you can check on your people if you're local and watching. This person, I believe, has already been arrested.
Bendejo 101 says 1.
You guys can see the lights now, I'm assuming. So this will be probably...
Sticky Nicky 53 says I am from now on keep my vehicle a mess law.
Right. The cleaner it is, the less likely they are to search
The homeless Nana says is this 288B?
Yes, this is 288B, just right after the Three Bridges. There's going to be one cop. Let me make sure I got a good place to park.
The homeless Nana says oh wow, super close to my house.
Don't ever touch my balls without asking.
What 6,469 says see notes.
I think
Blurb says playing blurb sound emote meme using 1,000 Twitch channel points.
I think I see the amber light, so the tow truck is probably already there too. If you guys look, you'll see the amber lights too. Let's see here.
Sticky Nicky 53 says I expect all my junk to be in my car when I get it back lol.
Okay, so this
Bucks
is just
43 says I'm back John.
So this is just gonna be the tow. Ooh, we're gonna miss it. We're gonna miss it. So the guy's already been arrested for DUI.
What 6,469 says was DWI.
Dang it! I left the. Yeah, it was a DWI. They took him to Oyster Creek for the intox. We'll just try to get a shot of the vehicle real quick.
Sticky Nicky.
I forgot the.
It says black.
They're like, I'm gone. I'm out of here. Yeah.
It says hi Nikki, it's Braden.
Yeah, we already knew that was going to happen. All right, I do have my flashlight in my pocket.
Sarah Mac 84 says Monday Dewey.
Yep. Somebody has a case of the Mondays. All right, won't try that again.
The homeless Nana says my husband said he heard a lot of commotion. That must be why.
Yeah, that would be why. Let's go, guys.
What 6,469 says Gulf of America.
607 Ridgeway to dispatch.
We'll check on the game rooms while we're over here.
Yes, ma'am. Be advised, we're at the back gate.
Alright, they just got the person to the Oyster Creek Police Department. I don't know why they didn't use Clute for whatever they have to do. Maybe Clute was all tied up on seeing the notes.
608.
You guys see the fog rolling in?
Kim Clark 88 says, hey, good morning all.
Good morning to you.
Show me out at Oyster Creek PD. Clear for ending.
Michael Williams 2021 says, John the Sound. Watts 6469 says, wonder where Clute was.
The sound? You can't hear me? What's wrong with the sound?
803.
Bucks 43 says, it's so beautiful here in Chicago this afternoon.
It was nice here today too.
Watts 6469 says, the sound is fine for me.
It was messing up. I forgot to bring the Bluetooth phone with this.
Sarah Mac 84 says, sound is fine for me too.
Okay, good.
Kim Clark 88 says, sound good air. Sticky Nicky 53 says, nothing, I can hear you.
I got something to say.
Blurb says, playing blurb sound emote mean using 1000 Twitch channel points. Angie 416 says, sound is fine for me. Bucks 43 says, sounds good here.
Was that too loud? That sound, was it too loud?
Michael Williams 2021 says, NVM, I had it muted.
Oh, gotcha.
Kim Clark 88 says, how are you, John?
I'm doing wonderful.
Watts 6469 says no.
Alright.
Bucks 43 says no.
Alright, good.
Country Boy 23,123 says, guess what happened this weekend, John?
What happened?
Bendejo 101 says, sound is okay.
Very good.
Joey 30X says, seems good 200. Stream Element says, Joey 30X just cheered 200 bits.
Thank you for the bits. I gotta set that back on there.
Aaron Taylor 7855 says, ow, my ears are bleeding.
Joey, thank you for the bits. I'm gonna put that back on there too. Alright, now the alerts are on for Twitch too. Let's go see what Angleton's doing, guys. What do you think? Aaron says your ears are bleeding. Was it really? Are you being serious?
Kim Clark 88 says, hey all. Blurb says, playing blurb sound emote mean using 1000 Twitch channel points. Bucks 43 says, hey Kim, how are you? Country Boy 23,123 says, I went to jail at my house, public intoxication in my own yard, neighbors called them on their Karens.
Unbelievable.
B Marie __ says, yes, it's loud.
Oh man, how do I turn it down? Alright, it's way too loud. Let me try to...
Aaron Taylor 7855 says, I had my headphones on long.
Okay, try now. I turned it down. I turned it way.
Watts 6469 says it's not that loud.
I put it down a little bit. If we're making people's ears bleed, they'll leave the stream.
Country Boy 23,123 says, me and my wife went, we wasn't doing anything but grilling.
Unbelievable.
Blurb says, playing blurb sound emote mean using 1000 Twitch channel points.
That's to me it sounded less. If I have the right volume. Unless it's just piping it directly to the stream and I don't know.
Bucks 43 says, I'm good, kill, just tired. B Marie _ says better. Thank you. Country Boy 23,123 says, put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat, guys.
Watts 6469 says, always film 50.
Always. Ooh, look out.
Stream Element says, thank you for following Eastsider 95.
Eastsider with the follow. Thank you so much.
Country Boy 23,123 says, what should I do about that, John? Lil Miss Positive 23 says good evening BC Trunkies.
Usually
Sticky Nicky 53 says you are not going to please everyone.
Yeah, usually
Sabotage Soul says better.
Country Boy, with that, as far as I'm concerned, if you do not guilty trial by jury, it usually costs them more to prosecute it than they'll mess with. Usually most PIs you'll get rid of by saying not guilty trial by jury. Make them prove that you were drunk. In your own house, which is private property, not public property.
Mark the Mad Shark says no CC, I can't marry you again.
Make them prove it. As long as you didn't say anything on their body cams like, I'm drunk but I'm in my own yard. That's why you should never talk to the police. I'm sure you didn't, but did they take you to do a breathalyzer?
6469 says that's why it always good to video so you can have proof.
Yeah, that's
Bucks
right.
43 says Mark Gatter back law.
Yeah, not guilty trial by jury.
Country Boy 23123 says it was on private property, I wasn't bothering anything, all because I had my radio on. Country Boy 23123 says no, they didn't do one.
Yeah, prove it then. Prove you're intoxicated. Prove it. All right, we usually get one.
6469 says scanner keyword.
We usually get one stop in Angleton.
Blake_dog1 says good evening John.
Good evening to
Chris
you.
Ellis 19933 says I'm back here in the trunk.
Welcome
Needing
back
to
in the
pee
trunk.
badly, so please don't hit no bumps John. Country Boy 23123 says I noticed he had his body cam off. Watts 6469 says scanner charged.
Yes. Yeah, so let them prove. We've actually seen that in one of my videos where the guy was in his own yard, got a PI. They arrested him for it. That's what I did. I got a PI once, allegedly. I told him not guilty, trial by jury. The prosecutor called me up and he said, look, John, it's going to cost me more to do this than it's worth. What kind of deal will you make? I said, nothing, not guilty, trial by jury. And they dismissed it. It cost them more to
Chris
prosecute
Ellis
that.
19933 says where are we heading now John?
I'm just going to drive around Angleton, see what we can find. Clute was hiding everything. I knew that DUI stop was up there. I wanted to go film that. And we're halfway here. We might as well go to Angleton. See how these guys are doing.
Country Boy 23123 says no noise complaint, I didn't have the music allowed allegedly. Chris Ellis 19933 says K.
Karens will call anyway if they see a lot of cars, and that's always what they say, a noise complaint. But it's usually just Karen not happy about the people in their neighborhood and the extra vehicles. Karens will call. They'll use that as an excuse. When we're up here, I'm also going to put it on county's traffic so we can hear that. How many times have we gone to calls for a music complaint and they're not? We get there before them and there's no sound. A lot of times I try to get there and tell them that the cops are coming. When I hear loud music calls,
Country Boy 23123 says I hate about 5 cars. The lady beside me is noise calls all the time on me, John.
Yeah, that's what they do. Because they can't think of any other reason to make men and guns show up.
D Galvin 1212 says IDK how they can do that when you're not on public property. Sticky Nicky 53 says no noise complaint but public drinking, that is odd. Bendejo 101 says you got tyranny. Carrie Shearer says they just mad cause you didn't invite them over.
Right, exactly. I've seen that before. I've had it happen.
Melanie Syop 1784 says you were on early, John.
I am on early. Yes. I was on early. I was missing you guys from not streaming yesterday. Oh, what was I going to do? Oh, yeah, let's turn on county's traffic since we're up a little north. Let's turn on the big scanner. Oh, guys, watch this. Watch what I did.
Amy G 1976 says, glad you are feeling better, John.
Watch this. I did.
Sticky Nikki 53 says, I can't wait to watch Power Washing tomorrow.
Then we're gonna
Melanie Syop 1784 says, is that makeup for yesterday?
Yes. Guys, if you want
Melanie Syop 1784 says, how's your headache?
Getting better.
BC Scanner says, scan.
You guys, if you want to, everybody asking where the online scanner was, this is the online scanner I stream on YouTube.
Chris Ellis 19,933 says, I miss you to John. I checked TT and Purple app for you last night.
Yeah, I took last night off. My head was killing me. I'm just sitting over here watching Angleton's police department. That's Angleton PD over there. I'm going to put on...
Sticky Nikki 53 says head pain is the worst. Lee Julie 1978 says, hey Julie. Chris Ellis 19,933 says, good, you doing better.
I'm doing good.
Angie 416 says, I went to bed early last night.
Good for you.
Lee Julie 1978 says, hi John.
Hello. All right, let's get to work.
Okay, clear for return.
Clear for
Country
return.
Boy 23,123 says, I told that cop I pay my on bills, no one pays them. I told him you want a drink, he said I'm on duty, I see you've been caught.
2019 Jeep expiring September of 23. The Victor subject to the Houston can have an eligible Class C. Clear all the way. Clear, C notes for return.
C notes. Alright, when I get this timestamp, because I'm going to make the C notes a sound.
Insurance verified manually on 2019 Jeep expiring September of 23. The Victor
Sticky
subject to the
Nikki
Houston
53
can have an
says, I had to
eligible
fall asleep in Bubba's live last night long. Infinsol 361 says, Corgo 1, 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 Corgo 1.
Thank you for the bits, Infinite Souls. Thank you so much.
Corgo 1, 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 Corgo 1. Stream Element says Infinsol 361 just cheered 60 bits.
Thank you.
Infinsol 361 says Corgo 1, 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 Corgo 1.
Thank you so much
Stream
for the
Element
bits.
says Infinsol 361 just cheered 27 bits. Angie 416 says OMG. Bucks 43 says oh. Infinsol 361 says now y'all all going to be hearing one corgi in her sleep. Bucks 43 says OMG long. Infinsol 361 says Corgo 1, 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 Corgo 1.
Thank you for the bits.
Element says Infinsol 361 just cheered 37 bits.
Thank you.
Infinsol 361 says Corgo 1 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 Corgo 1
Thank you for the corgis.
1 Corgo 1 Corgo 1 Corgo 1 Corgo 1 Corgo 1 Corgo 1.
Thank you.
Stream Elements says Infinsol 361 just cheered 45 bits.
Thank you for the 45 bits.
Sarah Mac 84 says OMG. Country Boy 23,123 says bad thing about it, John. I was in my own yard. It pisses me off.
I agree. I'm pissed
Sticky
off for
Nikki
you.
53 says I won't if we continue that I will be going. Infinsol 361 says Corgo 1 Corgo 1 Corgo.
Thank you for the bits.
Corgo 1 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 Corgo 1.
Thank you so much, Infinite Souls, for the bits. Appreciate you.
Gonna just turn my volume down for now.
I can.
Infinsol 361 says Cheerwell 1 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 Cheerwell
219 County Road 655 in Vidalia. 219 County Road 655 in Vidalia.
It says Infinsol 361 just cheered 24 bits.
Thank you for the bits.
Melanie Syop 1784 says we missed you too, John. It was a boring night last night.
Uh-oh.
Sarah Mac 84 says yep, volume down. T_shots 1242 says Infinsol 361 says cheer 1 cheer 1 cheer 1 cheer 1 cheer 1 cheer 1 cheer 1. Stream Element says Infinsol 361 just cheered 7 bits.
Thank you.
Infinsol 361 says cheer 1 cheer 1 cheer 1 cheer 1 cheer 1 cheer 1 cheer 1. Jamie Nicole B says 934 says that a big what word for all that. Infinsol 361 says John's going to be hearing one corgi in his sleep.
I am.
Melanie Syop 1784 says we missed you too, John. It was a boring night last night.
Uh-oh.
Bendejo 101 says that is too much becoming spam. Country Boy 23,123 says I'm gonna dream about the corgis. Scooby Snacks _ says I stayed up to 1 a.m. patiently waiting for your live log.
Oh, you should join the
Kim
Discord.
Clark 88 says how do you get points?
Watching. If you... Hold on.
Bayou Preppers 1 says what did I miss? Watts 6469 says you feeling any better, John?
I'm feeling better. If you can always check the Discord
Bucks
group.
43
if
says
I'm not
we
gonna be
all
on.
hearing on corgi all last long.
Well, guys, that's the sound of money. I appreciate all the bits. I'm gonna go up here to Bucky's turnaround. So far, I don't see anything in Angleton.
Scooby Snacks _ says I'm in there, but I got a new phone and I'm locked out of it right now.
Oh.
Bucks 43 says it's so boring without you last night, John.
I'm sorry.
Watts 6469 says did you get the notes from Gilbert, John?
I did not.
Kim Clark 88 says it's boring without you, John.
Oh.
Bucks 43 says it's okay, I am. Glad you're back though.
There's a Gilbert in the chat.
Watts 6469 says scanner is to Q word. Country Boy 23,123 says it's quite tonight. Isaac M says, hey John, how was your weekend?
So far,
What
so it was great.
6,469 says Gibbert is fancy, got his own emote.
Yeah, we need to talk about his not fancy cage we have to clean tomorrow. I'm telling you guys, guinea pigs are a lot of work. They're a lot of work.
What 6,469 says lot of money to or no?
It's
Bayou
one.
Preppers 1 says strangers have the best candy.
1 bit is 1
43
penny.
says how long have had Gibbert?
2 or 3 years, I
Country
think.
Boy 23,123 says I'm in trouble, John Law.
Nope. Wait, no, you're not.
48 checking.
You could beat that easily.
4800.
Did they take you to jail or just give you a ticket?
48 sir.
Melanie Syop 1784 says there was lots of traffic stops here in Calgary today.
Oh, I wouldn't make those.
48 checking.
What 6,469 says what made get Gilbert, John?
Neighbor was moving,
48 sir.
and they had a cage, a
Kim Clark
cute little
88
guinea
says
pig and
it's weird
everything.
how you, John, fetch everyone together. Country Boy
And they asked me in front of the kids, hey, would you like a guinea pig? And I'm thinking to myself, how bad could a guinea pig be, right? So the kids are all excited. I go inside, I say, hey, Pam, can we have this guinea pig? Pam's like, no. I'm like, come on, let's just get the guinea pig. She goes, I'm not going to help with anything with this guinea pig, blah, 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 blah. And I wish I would have listened to her, honestly. They're a lot of work to keep the cage clean. That's how we got him, though.
Clean. 36, 55, 88.
75, Please on check 34.
Clear. Advising he's medically cleared, or are they trying to get me to transport him?
Amy G 1976 says my son has a hamster.
I think guinea pigs are worse as far as as far as keeping the cage clean. They have to be because they're
B
bigger.
Galvin 1212 says stinky little critters.
I agree, but he's cute though. I'll give him
Chris
that.
Ellis 19,933 says I had a guinea pig one time. It was 14 years old when it died.
Oh boy.
What 6,469 says we can trade, John, you can have snakes.
Nope.
Country Boy 23,123 says they pour all of the beer out and no, John, we went to jail.
Oh.
Bayou Preppers 1 says I owned a rice rat. Bucks 43 says I had a hamster but ate its babies though.
Oh boy.
Pammy 9588 says it's a good thing I'm not one of those I told you so kind of people. Kim Clark 88 says we had ferrets, they stink.
Ferrets are stinky. That I know. Yes, they are. Even if you get them de-stinkified or whatever, they still stink. Oh, this fog is not good. I'll turn on the defroster. It's gonna sound like a wind tunnel for a minute.
Country Boy 23,123 says these cops don't like me. Amy G 1976 says ferrets hide stuff.
They hide stuff?
Angie 416 says I had 2 guinea pigs one time, they make such a mess. Bucks 43 says my hamster jump out the window after it's had babies.
What?
What 6,469 says the cops are hiding from John.
They're definitely hiding a little bit.
60 on dead boy.
If you're new here, my name is John Gray. This is BC Scanner. We're listening to the scanner. We're going to record police interactions. That's what we do here.
What 6,469 says can you record Gilbert, John?
Yeah. As soon as we clean out his cage, I'd be embarrassed to show you guys right now.
No contact.
That's clear.
Tomorrow's cage cleaning day.
Bucks 43 says I'm stuck in the trunk. Kim Clark 88 says loved my ferrets but they're a pain long.
As well as 126. That subject's not supposed to be here.
Watts 6469 says how many time a week do you clean his cage?
We got a pretty big cage, so one time a week.
37 taking over.
But it's all hands on deck project. It's all hands on deck. Everybody has to help. I take all the stuff outside and spray it down with the water hose. That's my job. I feel sorry for the inside people. They hand me all the stuff. I spray it down with the water hose. I dry it, and then we put it back together.
15, I'll be the pan. Speak to management.
Watts 6469 says I like it over her so much freedom over here.
Yep.
So 5+4 energy 304 out 36 something.
Yeah, hand 5 for energy.
The homeless Nana says it can't be any worse than washing a muddy doodle and white dog every day when it rains.
I guess you have I guess puppies and dogs, you have to take them outside every day, take them for walks. I don't have to take Gilbert for any walks, so he's, other than the cage cleaning, he's pretty low maintenance.
Bucks 43 says was that his name when he got him.
Yes. No, we named him.
Bio Preppers 1 says I had a big bird and his cage got really bad. Melanie Syop 1784 says do you put Gilbert in a room while you clean his cage?
We put him in a...
Walt 6469 says when the next flight trip John?
We put him in a...
The homeless Nana says yup. And one of them is white and...
We put him in a laundry basket when we clean him. And then I have to clean the laundry basket too.
15, I'm back, yeah. Subject was here. She's already checked out.
I put him in a laundry basket while we clean his cage.
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote using 1006 channel code.
15, I'm back, yeah. Subject was here. She's already checked out.
Looking for somebody at the Pam Motel, I see.
Melanie Syop 1784 says oh okay good idea. Bayou Preppers 1 says and I had a silly yard bird that lived with my dog in the garage. Chris Ellis 19933 says I 3 says my. Melanie Syop 17
15.
Key 19 and 9426.
We're gonna scroll back down 288B.
Were you able to send that text?
The homeless Nana says I have a zoo. A black and white mini Aussie Doodle, a white Maltese Yorkie mix, and a chunky 26-pound cat. Oh, and 2 kids. Haha. The homeless Nana says and a husband, so really 3 kids long.
Hey. Hey.
We're gonna pick it up in a little.
Ooh, you gotta turn on your lights, baby. You gotta turn on your lights. Oh, he's got his hazard lights on. Must be
Bucks
having
43 says I have a Yorkie, she is so cute.
10-4, I attempted and it continued to redial and it wouldn't successfully go through.
720. We're gonna pick it up in a little.
Mark 88 says 2 cats and a Jack X Pug X Chihuahua and 4 kids.
I'll be getting tonight. I thought it was secluded.
Oh, this fog's getting really thick right here.
720.
What are you saying, Freeport?
Good. I'll be 10. That dog was secluded.
The homeless Nana says, where are you headed?
Back down
Kim
288B.
Clark 88 says that fog looks thick.
It's
Bucks
really
43 says my grandma Chihuahua.
Yeah, it's pretty
What
thick.
6,469 says is the field trip this week sometime or no?
Yeah, this week, tomorrow.
Chris Ellis 19,933 says I also have a Chihuahua mischievous and mean thinks he's a pit bull. Bucks 43 says my grandma has Chihuahua. Scooby Snacks _ says where's my big dog people law? I have an English Mastiff, Great Dane and a pit bull.
There you go. There's some big dog people. Oh,
The
boy.
homeless Nana says I want another dog but I am pretty certain I would have a divorce if I got another dog law. What 6,469 says Gulf of America.
Gulf of America. This fog wasn't supposed to be here till midnight. It's 10:21. The weatherman was wrong.
Bucks 43 says my GF has a pit bull and a pug. What 6,469 says damn this fog is getting bad.
Possibly going to be near the Valero Cemetery.
Yeah, I don't know how it's coming out on camera, but every now and then we come into patches where you can't see anything.
The homeless Nana says y'all it's hard having a zoo when you're a homeless Nana.
I still love the fact that you said you're
Kim Clark 88 says it's pretty bad out there tonight, John.
Yeah.
The caller was a passerby. Last night there were out for street fighting.
Who's out in the street fighting?
Was it verbally or were they physically fighting?
Allegedly physical.
Bucks 43 says be safe, Botha.
Yep.
What 6,469 says where's that at?
Angleton. It doesn't. They don't give the location. We already left Angleton, so.
Alicia Simonson says, hey, my purple friends are tough. Carrie Shearer says, please be careful. Christopher says, be careful. The fog is going to get worse. Kim Clark 88 says, what the DC scanner family so friendly. Bayou Preppers 1 says, the update on my phone said fog at 12 a.m.
Yeah, that's what mine said
Stream
too.
Element says, thank you for following Smudge-Proof Expressions.
Smudge-Proof Expressions.
Smudge-Proof
Thank you.
Expressions says, I downloaded Twitch just to find you.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, a lot of people downloaded this app just to watch me. So when you're a moderator, all the time it says possible ban evader because all of our accounts are new. All of our accounts are new, but so when you're a moderator, it tells you that all the time. Oh, guys, thank you so much.
What 6,469 says does Twitch pay more, John?
TikTok pays more.
Bucks 43 says I hate the fog.
Yeah, TikTok pays more, but I can't afford to.
Alicia Simonson says, John, did you not do TT tonight, John?
I did an hour
Kim
on TikTok.
Clark 88 says, so friendly in here, John. Bayou Preppers 1 says, big Texas hugs.
Yeah, we did an hour on TikTok. TikTok pays more. I think once we grow this over here, we'll make more over here. I could see the potential for making enough to pay bills over here eventually.
Alicia Simonson says, really, I kept looking on TT, but it never showed me that you were alive.
Are you on my Discord group?
Smudge-Proof Expression says, how are the rules over here?
I think the only community guideline is to go live, from what I've seen so far. I haven't got a single violation yet. I mean, I read the community guidelines. I'll have no problem following them.
Alicia Simonson says, no, I'm not on your Discord. How do I get on there, John? The homeless Nana says, is it C-Note shift tonight?
One person, the homeless Nana. The homeless Nana, can you type...
Bayou Preppers 1 says, everyone put a purple heart in chat.
The homeless Nana, can you type exclamation
Bucks
point
43
Discord?
says, yes, it's the C-Note shift. Kim Clark 88 says, be careful out there, John.
Yep.
What 6,469 says? Discord. Nightbot says join my Discord.
Yeah, click that link.
Smudge Proof Expression says nice. I got banned on TikTok live with 15k followers.
Well, I have
The Homeless Nana says Discord. Nightbot says join my Discord.
There you go.
The Homeless Nana says done.
Thank you.
903 Print Guy says fog is gonna be heavy for us in East Texas tonight also.
Man. So I have two choices lately when I stream. Either one, extreme cold, or two, fog. There's been no in between. We had fog and then it went to cold, and now it's warming up. It's like 53 degrees now, and now the fog is back. That's the two choices. We got cold or fog. That's why I can't wait till summer.
Bucks 43 says I think you want to be cold than fog, John.
I think I would rather be cold too.
903 Print Guy says yeah. Hopefully a few more weeks.
Yeah,
Kasper says that's Texas weather.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready for the Texas weather during the summer. I don't mind the heat at all. It doesn't bother me.
Melanie Syop 1784 says in rain.
And rain, yes.
Watt 6469 says John needs his hot weather back.
Yes, give me
Hammy 9588 says my two choices are blanket or no blanket.
Two choices are blanket
Kim
or no
Clark
blanket.
88 says UK is cold too, only 10 here. Bayou Preppers 1 says I love the heat.
Me
Watt
too.
6469 says it was so hot here today. Bucks 43 says are no fan Pam Law.
We gotta find some cups to record. Our numbers are dropping.
Watt 6469 says yeah, summertime is amazing, that's when I go on vacation. Bucks 43 says law.
You always want to do the speed limit if you're local in this area. It's hard to see this in this place, this area this time of night. Lots of people ran over right here. Alright, we're back in Clute now, guys. Scanner is all the way up.
Watt 6469 says if you could travel anywhere, John, where would you go?
Right here. Right here in Brazoria County.
Kim Clark 88 says it's quiet tonight, John.
Or Key West, Florida. Key West, Florida. I'd like to go there again. That was fun. Hey, the fog kind of cleaned up right here. Cleared up. That's good.
Bucks 43 says I want to go to Tampa Bay, Florida.
Yeah, I went into,
Bayou Preppers 1 says, John, you hear about the side-by-side accident today?
No, I didn't. Where was it at?
Kim Clark 88 says would love to go America when I win lottery. Mark the Mad Shark says if anyone has trouble sleeping I can help with that in my boxing gym. It only applies to able-bodied men, of course. Watt 6469 says what about Vegas? Bayou Preppers 1 says somewhere in Angleton or somewhere close by.
I like Vegas
says
too.
I heard about it in Bar X.
I like
6,469 says let's record some dang cops.
That's right.
Bucks 43 says I have been to Vegas.
I love Vegas too. I do love Vegas, but I'm seeing all kinds of information that Vegas is getting so expensive now. It's kind of pointless. So I'd rather just go to Louisiana or something.
Bev 1978 says, have I missed much?
I do love, no, not at all. I love Vegas though. I do love that. Pam doesn't like me to go to Vegas though. I don't really know when to say when on that.
Element says thank you for following William Rodrills 23.
William, thank you for the follow.
Expression says I live in Vegas.
Yeah,
Kakisper says expensive and nasty. Aaron Taylor 7855 says side-by-side wreck was in Bar X. My friend lost a daughter in the crash.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Smudge-proof expression says Fremont is only way to stay cheap. Bucks 43 says I have to Vegas with my friend of his birthday.
I would love to go to Vegas, but A, I can't afford it since I'm a broke activist nowadays. And B, every video I've watched, because I've watched some Vegas videos. Every video I watch says that they're just everything's overpriced. Like a cheeseburger is like $50 and shit.
Hammy 9588 says to go to Vegas you either have to be a winner or a quitter, and John is neither. What 6469 says but Pam would not let John go to Vegas. Bucks 43 says Vegas is the much money. Bayou Preppers 1 says I was very sad when I heard that.
Yeah, that's sad. Yep, things can change in a blink of an eye, guys.
Bev 1978 says my brother and family is just on their way back from New York. Aaron Taylor 7855 says she was only in middle school. Kakisper says Oklahoma has nice casinos. Pammy 9588 says I never said he couldn't go. I also didn't say I would be here when he got back.
No, I know my problem I have with Vegas.
Bucks 43 says I won't go to New York.
I've been to New York. I didn't realize I was in Times Square.
What 6469 says how are you, John?
I was in Times Square and one of those characters came up with me and wanted to take a picture, right? Well, I didn't know. I hadn't done much traveling. I'd never seen those. I guess you're supposed to tip those people afterwards. They cussed me out. I got cussed out by Mickey Mouse. Like, here.
What 6469 says New York has big ass rats.
I was like, here's $20. Don't cuss me out, Mickey Mouse.
Bev 1978 says they stayed in Times Square.
Yeah, always don't fall for those people in suits trying to scam you.
Bucks 43 says my dad won't let leave Vegas because gamble a lot.
Why? Why even use the turn signal that doesn't work?
What 6469 says John was getting cussed out but Mickey Mouse law.
Yep, I did. I didn't know you're supposed to tip them. Thought they were just out there for the kindness of their heart. I didn't know. I just didn't take any more pictures with those people.
Bayou Preppers 1 says I have always lived close to Galveston and Freeport. 903 Print Guy says I'm a former casino gambler. Just quit going one day. Lost way more than I ever won. But
Right.
Vegas is still a ton of fun.
It is fun though.
Alicia Simonson says, hey John, I just downloaded Discord. How do I know if I'm following you? Like, I'm not really familiar with Discord. I mean, I see your BC scanner and stuff, but I don't know if I joined the server. I don't know if I'm even in there right. Could you let me know, please?
Type hello in there. You see where it says main chat? That's where we hang out. I made my Discord very simple. Just a few rooms. See where it says main chat? Click there and say hello. And if you don't see it, just click the Discord link again. Because sometimes if you don't have it downloaded, it doesn't remember you wanted to join. Here, make sure you click on this.
BC Scanner says, Discord. Nightbot says join my Discord.
Click on that again, and if it should take you right into the room. Especially if you've already downloaded it. Guys, we are listening to the scanner. I'm going to take a small break from driving. Save some gas. How much gas do we have? But from this spot, we can be in 3 towns fairly quickly.
Bucks43 says I have been to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Stream Element says thank you for following Ivy 5826.
Ivy, thank you for the follow. Were you able to, can you see the main chat? You should see a bunch of people talking in there. Alright, ads are playing now if you're not a subscriber.
Chris Ellis 19,933 says I don't live right down the road from Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
You don't live? That's pretty random.
Chris Ellis 19,933 says I mean I do these stupid phones.
I mean you do? Okay, gotcha. I was like, something tells me you actually do live down the road from Gatlinburg, Tennessee. People generally don't say, I don't live there.
Okay, we want answers. Why did you resist a police officer?
Why are you police officers?
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1,000 Twitch channel points. Watts 6469 says my dream vacation is the Alamo, located in San Antonio.
I've been there. It's very commercial. Don't be surprised. It's very, very commercial. It's like the Alamo around a bunch of tourist traps. So I just don't want you, if you ever do make it there, don't get your hopes up too high. I don't mean to crush your dreams.
43 says Gatlinburg is a beautiful place by very busy.
Let's go see if we can find them.
Alicia Simonson says okay John, I think I got it, thank you so much. Will that notify me when you go live, or do I just have to keep checking randomly?
No, it should notify you. There's
Bayou Preppers 1 says I love my new blanket, I tell you it's the small things.
So generally
Watts 6469 says I go to Gatlin.
I'll never say, hey guys, I'm gonna go live in like 10 minutes or whatever, because that gives them time to change how they act, right? But after I am live, we post the notifications.
Says thank you for following Boss 1,856,847.
Thank you for following. But someone, TikTok automatically notifies, and tomorrow I'll set up an auto notification for Twitch, so that we don't have to copy and paste it in there. We got followed by a boss.
Bucks 43 says Watts Gatlinburg is my favorite place. Watts 6469 says and the Almo is a 14-hour drive from me.
Roger,
Alicia Simonson says, yeah, cause TikTok didn't notify me and I have the notifications like set to let me know when you're live and I kept checking like every 30 minutes or something and I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah.
Scooby Snacks _ says, is 863 still day shift?
Still day shift, yes. I haven't seen a hill more the
Melanie Syab 1784 says he probably won't be live on TikTok tomorrow if we go on our field trip.
Yeah. I'll probably have to do an hour a day.
Clear Oyster Creek. En route to Missouri.
TikTok is paying the bills right now, so I have to do at least an hour live a day on there. Maybe it'll be power washing, but
608, go ahead.
1248 03 1248 03.
Watt 6469 says, why you video me?
Why you videoing me? You guys will get to see how goofy I look in the VR headset. Pam says she keeps making fun of me. She's like, you're so hot in that VR headset.
1248
I think she's being sarcastic.
1248 03.
I think she's being sarcastic.
608, clear.
Watt 6469 says, let's hope you don't get banned from that.
Right.
Melanie Syab 1784 says, you forgot OMG, why you videoing me? Alicia Simonson says, did I miss anything tonight, John? Pammy 9588 says, me. No way. Watt 6469 says, cops are hiding from John.
Yeah, they're hiding. We gotta find them. We gotta find them.
Bucks 43 says, I have a PS4 and PS2 and PS3. Angie 416 says, hey cops, company E out wherever you are. BC Scanner says, link.
That's my Linktree link, guys. If you're
Alicia Simonson says, the weather is so nice tonight, I'm so glad it's not cold.
Yeah, it's not cold.
Scooby Snacks _ says, follow the smell of bacon.
That's right. We'll find it.
C5412 en route.
That's Lake Jackson EMS. Angleton EMS, sorry. Guys, don't forget that when we end the stream, to remind me, let's raid somebody.
Chris Ellis 19,933 says, it's still pretty nippy up here in Tennessee.
We have yet to do that, and that's rude. We got a few raids. We need to pay it forward. I'm gonna pick like a streamer. I want to pick one of the streamers that has like 2 or 3 people watching them. And we're going to make their night at the end of the night. I want you guys to just jump in there and follow them. We're not close to the end of the night yet. I got to record something, damn.
Bucks 43 says, hi again.
Hello. Hello, Bucks 43.
Bayou Preppers 1 says that would be sweet. John used to jump into my life and make my day. Pammy 9588 says better find you a raccoon.
Better find me a raccoon, right? Babe, I can't find anything to record. I'm looking.
Watts 6469 says Lake Jackson, Freeport. You know you can talk right.
That's right. Just talk. Act like just act natural. Act like we're not here. I'm looking for a raccoon.
Smudge-proof expression says I'll have to go read terms and conditions before I'm putting the showgirls on live law.
It looks like the only community of guidelines here are to go live.
Bucks 43 says beater find a deer. Watts 6469 says I got puppies and snakes. John, which one you want? Alicia Simonson says we have big raccoons over here. Law.
All right. Taco Bell.
Smudge-proof expression says I'd watch raccoons.
You'd watch raccoons.
Bayou Preppers 1 says in Danbury there is cardinals. Watts 6469 says there ain't no magic carpets out.
There's some up there.
Chris Ellis 19,933 says that sucks they banned scanner use here in Tennessee.
Oh yeah? Well, government hates transparency.
Watts 6469 says how far is Danbury from you, John?
Not far. Maybe 15 minutes. I might be over-exaggerating a little.
2908.
It's county. What are you saying, county?
You can show me off duty. Next coverage, R900 tomorrow morning.
He's off duty.
Okay.
Watts 6469 says can we turn on big scanner?
It's on in the background. That's how we know where the county guy's off duty.
Melanie Syop 1784 says do they have to tell dispatch they are off duty?
Generally, yes. They'll usually say off duty and say the next time they're going to be on duty. County's the only one I really hear doing that. I don't hear the other people doing it. They have shift changes, so it's pretty obvious. One shift is coming on, one shift is coming off. That's not the same with county. County will start their districts.
Wild Ben 15 says, hey John.
Hello, Wild Ben. So county does it because they might not, they don't necessarily go into the department to just do their shift change.
Watts 6469 says John Pam might want you to bring her a goat home.
Free goats for Pam.
Ground open shop. Transporting one time, not emergency.
Wild Ben 15 says it's 39 degrees here right now.
We are 55 here right now.
Watts 6469 says is Pam here.
She's
Bayou
here.
Preppers 1 says I thought we was sitting.
I'm a cop watcher with ADHD, so We sat as long as I
What
could.
6,469 says free goats for Pam.
We sat for a while, for a minute.
Pammy 9588 says I'm here, Trevor. Will Ben 15 says how is it going?
It's going good. Let me see what's
Pammy
going on.
9588 says thanks for the goats.
I see some alarm lights over here. Let's see what that's about.
It's going to be on George
Bucks 43 says the cops don't want you watch them tonight.
King Lincoln Mary 2724. King
I see
Lincoln
some
Mary,
flashy lights up here.
2724.
It's probably alarm. What the heck, man?
36 traffic.
Will Ben 15 says go to it.
I'm going. I see it. You guys see the flashy lights over there by what is it? Little Caesars?
I'll be in the 700 block of East Bay Highway 6 on King
Will
Lincoln
Ben
Mary.
15 says yes I do.
King
Buying
Lincoln Mary,
Preppers 1 says I know I talk a lot
Oh.
of mess in here, but no, I enjoy watching John and hanging out with my purple friends.
It looks like a power wash. Probably power washing.
36, clear for return.
Alright, not exciting. It's a work van with some really cool lights. Are they power washing?
April's clear. Insurance is confirmed on a 2008 Jeep 4-door maroon. Owner is a Richard Yanez.
Owner is a
Alvin.
Richard.
Registration is good till December this year.
Will Ben 15 says I see now.
Yeah, it's just a van with some really cool lights.
Vehicle's clear. Insurance is confirmed on a 2008
What
Jeep
6,469 says where'd that
Owner
call
is a
at?
Richard Yanez out of Alvin.
Will Ben
Registration
15
is good
says
till
I guess
December
so.
this year.
10-4, thank you.
See the notes. See what this guy's doing.
36, can you run a 27, please?
Will Ben 15 says copper. What 6,469 says follow him.
Texas DO 470-27112, repeating 470-27112. 36, can you run a 27, please?
10-4.
What 6,469 says they're the dumbass C notes. Hilma Coker says clue. Chris Ellis 19,933 says I spy with my little eyes a piggy. Alicia Simonson says hey Popo. Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1,000 Twitch channel points.
I'm behind you, Clute. Don't back up.
Lucas Daniel Nanya out of Alvin deals eligible. He's clear 99.
10-4, thank you.
What 6,469 says Clute we're behind you don't hit us. C Element says thank you for following Kratos God 0F Gaming. Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1,000 Twitch channel points. Alicia Simonson says don't hit us we're in the trunk. Will Ben 15 says don't back up copper.
Thank you for the follow. We got 2 followers. Thank you so much.
Bucks 43 says don't get too close John they might hit you again.
Right? I think it's pretty obvious I'm here now.
Mary, is that a police? I'm calling the weed. 420, what you smoking?
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1,000 Twitch channel points.
Clearance.
Clear.
Don't you ever touch my phone without me.
I love the Police Academy sound.
Kratos God 0F Gaming says, hey, how's it going, officer? Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points. Bayou Preppers 1 says I don't think mine is working. BC Scanner says, no cop. Nightbot says BC Scanner is not a cop. We listen to the scanner and record police interactions. Willben 15 says the copper is watching the road.
Thank you for the follow.
Mary, is that a police? I'm calling the weed. 420, what you smoking?
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points. Watts 6469 says Clute, we're behind you, please don't hit us. Kratos God 0F Gaming says, oh, I see, my bad, looks interesting.
Well, thank you. No, nothing to feel bad about. What I do is kind of weird. We welcome all new people.
Bucks 43 says, John, I'm going to ask the cop why they are using C notes. Willben 15 says, we are friendly, copper.
We are friendly.
Bayou Preppers 1 says, I need to make more candy.
Mary, is that a police? I'm calling the weed. 420, what you smoking?
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points. Watts 6469 says, wonder what he doing.
He's just waiting for someone to come by with tail light out or speeding. Definitely not patrolling your neighborhood, looking for bad guys breaking into your house.
Watts 6469 says must be checking his C notes. Bayou Preppers 1 says paperwork. Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points.
75 Crystal check 10.
Okay.
Stand by with the check.
Bayou Preppers 1 says he is watching us, watch him.
He's watching us, watch him.
7509, show me off duty. 7505. Crystal check 10.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Guys, if you're new here, my name is John Gray. This is BC Scanner. We're listening to the scanner. We're going to record police interactions. That's what we're doing.
7509, show me off duty.
Yes, sir.
Right now, we're sitting in a parking lot.
Bayou Preppers 1 says Dr. Pepper, please. Kirstibrat says hi po, if you're watching, stop using C notes. Bucks 43 says, John, I'm going to ask the cop why they are using C notes.
Oh, that's a very good question.
Do not to see Satellite Jackson, 1 patient, non-emergent.
Yes, sir.
East base decline for weather.
Roger, decline for
Life flight decline for weather. My fight won't really fly in the
Kratos
fog.
God Zero F Gaming says this should honestly turn into AX Files show law. Kirsty Rat says po we are over here.
We do actually record cops, I promise. We normally don't just sit in the parking lot or drive around all night. Now we can see him better.
Police.
Kirsty Rat says ask them what they are doing. Blurp says playing Blurp sound emote me using 1000 Twitch channel points. Bucks43 says he in Chicago they hide in bushes or gas station.
Yeah.
WildBen15 says that is good.
Well, I kind of know what he's doing, so I don't really have to ask him.
I am the man says are we going to Freeport, John?
Yes, we will. We'll do Freeport tonight, too.
403 to 405. Go ahead. Don't run sirens because that subject will take off right up.
What? That got my attention. Wait, let me see.
Go ahead. Don't run sirens because that subject will take off right up.
Blurp says playing Blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points. I am the man says he has one light out on his plate. Chris Ellis 19,933 says he's probably sitting over there with his seat reclined back sleeping on his job. Kratos God Zero F Gaming says it's actually cool job. How someone get into a job like this? Bucks43 says are we going to be bars tonight, John?
They're not really open
The
on
Dead
Monday.
Skeleton Show says no cop. Nightbot says BC Scanner is not a cop. We listen to the scanner and record police interactions. Melanie Syop 1784 says what's that call, where is it?
You think on the
I am the man says on his right side on his plate is light out.
I don't know, I can't tell. Let's zoom in a little more. I think they're both working.
Bayou Preppers 1 says y'all just see that cop just took a couple of pictures.
Oh, really? They're free to record me if they want.
WildBen15 says they are working.
They're working.
I am the man says no they're not. Can you get off and check, John?
Yeah, I might. What unit is it? What unit is it?
5580.
Bayou Preppers 1 says you see the light flashing.
Transported by EMS. 3536 is riding with them. You can show me back in.
No, I didn't see it. Good catch. I want to go back and watch. 2 hours and 3 minutes.
Melanie Syop 1784 says 859.
Alright, we're going to take a look.
1405. 1403 to 1405.
Kratos God Zero F Gaming says so if they go after someone on the road, are you allowed to follow with?
Yes, I that's what we do here.
I am the man says can you go check and tell him if it is out? Kratos God Zero F Gaming says awesome.
I can see from here. I don't know if it's coming on camera. I can see both of them are working. I mean, I can go check. We can go see. We can go see. We have nothing else to do. Let me bring the scanner. Let me just go see. Let me zoom back out. Let's go see if it's working. I think it is working though.
Bayou Preppers 1 says I think we have done this before. Melanie Syop 1784 says OMG watch him take off.
Yeah, they're both working. Yeah, everything's good. Let me go see how he's doing. How's it going, man? It's me. I was checking.
Walking behind me.
I was checking your license plate light.
15 says they are working.
They're working, yeah. There was a dispute with the chat. Waterburger, all right.
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
I am the man says one looks brighter than the other.
We were checking your license plate lights. You're good.
Oh, do they
just
work?
just that's the warning though. Just
They
a warning.
work?
Yeah, they were working.
Okay, good.
There was a dispute.
What do you mean?
What?
It does look brighter, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of looking.
Yeah, it's on there.
It's probably dirty.
Melanie Syop 1784 says hi, officer.
It looks a little bit dim.
A little dim. All right, you were right. It is a little dimmer.
Yeah.
Anything else holding?
No, not right now.
Not right now. All right.
Nope.
Nothing else
Leneedman
holding.
says hello.
Just me and my McDonald's.
You and your McDonald's. There you go.
It's a Monday night. Hopefully it's not that bad.
Well, don't
Will
say
Ben
it.
15 says hi, copper.
Hello.
Yeah, hopefully it stays this way.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna say
Melanie
the keyword.
Syop 1784 says he's a cool cop.
He's always cool,
Bio
guys.
Preppers 1 says on ice. I am the man says did he used to work for Lake Jackson?
Yes, he did.
Bucks 43 says H office. Kratos God 0F Gaming says one long night for them.
Jail duties.
Jail duty. All right.
Got anything, I guess?
Nope. No one else has anything. I've been all the way to
Christine Brett
Angleton and
says,
back.
I think you scared him.
No, did I scare
Ruger
you?
210
You didn't
says
see?
hot
Did you
top
not see
move
me
to
sitting over
NJ.
here?
No, I
With
saw
Life
you,
for
and then,
Fun
I saw
20
you
says,
walk around
officer, can we see the notes,
outside,
please?
And then you never came around
JR
that side, so
Fulliam
I was
12
like,
says,
okay,
can
let me-
families film you or
I
only
couldn't tell that
John?
it was you, though.
All right. Oh yeah. No, I was checking your license plate lights. They seem good.
Well, I'm glad
Melanie
you're good.
Syop 1784 says he was there when they caught all those guys with pew pew. Scooby Snacks underscore says, is he radaring? Lol.
Are you ready? No,
JR
he's
Fulliam
eating his.
12 says,
No,
let's
I'm
get
not.
another viral video going.
I was eating dinner. You can see the
Kratos
fog.
God 0F
Angle
Gaming
radar
says,
wouldn't
don't
even
worry,
work.
just the camera.
Oh, with the fog?
Lol.
You what?
With the fog, the radar doesn't work very good.
No, just the angle that I'm at.
Ah, gotcha.
It wouldn't pick them up until they were right in front of me.
Oh, okay.
Ruha 210 says, hottie. Move to New Jersey. Will Ben 15 says he is having dinner. Bucks 43 says, hey officer, why did use the C notes?
Oh man, they are using the C notes. All right, guys. License plate mystery has been fixed, solved. It's dim. You were right. That was a good eye, by the way. Guys, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, guys. Put it in the chat.
Will Ben 15 says, yay. Melanie Syop 1784 says, was he there when they caught all those guys got caught with guns?
I'm not sure.
Scooby Snacks underscore says, always film 50.
Always.
Will Ben 15 says, all good now. Bruja 210 says, always film 50.
Always.
KDKD2X underscore says, film 50. I am the man says, one is brighter than the other.
You were right. When I looked at it, I'm surprised you were able to see that on camera. That's some good eyes. I couldn't see it, and I'm sitting here looking at it. But it doesn't help that my eyesight is not that good. You guys should see how big the chat is back here.
Bruja 210 says, always park away from Clute Police.
Always.
Will Ben 15 says, good eye.
That was a good eye. Good eye. It's definitely a little brighter. I was just going to give him a warning on it anyway.
I am the man says, one was brighter than the other, John.
Yep. You guys are right.
Chris Ellis 19,933 says, is that the one that hit you, John?
No, it's not.
Melanie Syop 1784 says, you know when they were looking through the window and that girl hit the cruiser, remember, John?
Yes. I don't think it was his shift because we knew everything that was going on that night. That guy.
With Life for Fun 20 says, hey John, how's our night?
So far, so good. So that guy, he's the only one on this shift that doesn't do the C note stuff. When he has a stop, he just says it. Every other cop on this shift.
Kratos.0F Gaming says, you got a nice car. I actually thought it was actually a truck from view where the camera is sitting on.
Really?
Scooby Snacks underscore says, I wonder if the cop that hit you got reprimanded.
I'm pretty
Will
sure he
Ben
did.
15 says, good. I am the man says, let's see what Miller up to in Freeport.
Let's go see. Should we
Melanie Syop 1784 says he's pretty cool.
No, this
KDKD2X underscore says W cop.
Yeah, this guy doesn't use the notes.
Can I maybe take this to the medical?
I need to hear what they said. Hold on, guys. Let me turn the scanner up.
Will Ben 15 says, don't forget lights.
Yeah, thank you. I would've-
213, 215, I got them. Here's 94 now.
Let me see what they said.
Bayou Preppers 1 says shish.
Can I have you take this to World High School?
Wildben 15 says you're welcome.
Hold on, I gotta hear what they said, guy.
Bro.
Can I have you take this to World High School?
I think they said check the high school. We're close. I think that's what they said.
213, 215, I got them. Here's 94 now. Okay.
I think.
Wildben 15 says go go.
I think they said check the high school, but I'm not sure.
Bayou Preppers 1 says which high school.
Well, there's only one here, so. That's Clute. I'm sorry, that was Clute that said that.
Kratos God 0F Gaming says yeah, me too.
I think he said check the high school. I played it a couple times, that's what I thought I heard. I don't think it's going to get any clearer if we check it again. It's just right around the corner over here, so we'll go check the high school.
Wildben 15 says I think they did.
Yeah, guys, sorry, it's tomorrow. Justin's in the chat. Tomorrow we'll go on our...
Melanie Syop 1784 says wouldn't that cop go to the call?
No. If they know that I'm sitting right behind him, they'll send someone else. Alright, that's the high school over there. I don't see anything. The good thing is I can check a couple schools quickly. Oh, I see what I think there might be looking at. Let me just pull over here. Let me pull over here.
Melanie Syop 1784 says really that's how sneaky they are.
Yes. I mean, I'm guessing completely. Could be that one. That's the only truck I see.
Wildben 15 says what you going to say?
This is the only thing I see over here.
2413 shows out.
That's Angleton, not Clute. And that's the EMS in Angleton.
608.
Let's go check the other schools. Because he said I'm right here. So it's probably...
Scooby Snacks underscore says windshield has a lot of condensation. Looks like it's been sitting a while.
Yeah.
Copy. Indy.
I'm just guessing too. I mean, that's the only
Melanie
thing...
Syop 1784 says have the cops showed up yet?
No. Well, they said I'm right here, so...
1240, 1240, 25.
Let's just go check these schools over here.
Clear.
608.
608, clear.
Let's see if this... Is this a cop headed there?
608.
Alright, there's a cop.
Show me out at County Jail. Clear to copy. Ending.
6-4, go ahead.
1248.25. 1248.25.
Wildben 15 says maybe he is going there.
I don't know.
608, clear.
He would be going the other way. Let's check the other... Let's check the schools down here. That's not a cop in front of me, by the way. This is the way we have to do it when they do the C notes. We don't even know why they're...
Alicia Simonson says maybe he's going to Clue Intermediate.
That's what I'm going to go check these over here. That's where I'm going to check Clue Intermediate right now. I mean, we have nothing else to film, right? So...
Wilkben15 says nothing is to do. Melanie Syop 1784 says what's Clue Intermediate?
This is a school up here by the post office.
Kratos God 0F Gaming says did they explain what's going on over at the high school?
No, they didn't. That's the thing. They actually put me at risk when they do this crap, because I don't know, have no clue what I'm walking into. But it also allows me to make my own narrative, right? So if they want to give me the information, then I'm just going to say what I perceive it as. So
Kratos God 0F Gaming says yeah. KDKD2X__ says lag.
Okay, thank you. Let me get out of this area.
Alicia Simonson says you're welcome.
Medicaid and phosphorus.
I don't see him over here. Am I lagging still, guys?
Not there.
Alicia Simonson says no.
Okay, good. Right,
Melanie Syop 1784 says no lag.
Okay, good. We do have if you're new here, if we're lagging and I'm on scene, I want you guys just to put 3 in the chat, because I don't ever want the cops to know that we're lagging. If I'm on a stop, it's fine now, we're not on a stop, but if I'm on a stop, if you could do me a big favor and put 3 in the chat. Because I don't ever want the cops to know we're lagging. They'll literally take advantage of that. So yeah, if I see a bunch of 3s, I know what's going on.
KDKD2X__ says gotcha.
Yeah, because ask Justin Pulliam's in the chat. Ask him if they won't take advantage of if your stream is lagging.
Wilkben15 says yeah, we can.
Ask Justin what happened.
Alicia Simonson says got it. Mark the Mad Shark says John shout wake up as loud as you can.
Ask Justin what can happen if you depend on a live stream. Only thing that saved him was his dash cam. You can't really depend on a live, especially if you're depending on your freedom. But I don't want them to know if we're lagging. Hope that makes sense. Mark the Mad Shark. I see you.
Mary, is that a police? I'm calling the weed. 420, would you smoke?
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points.
Fuck the police.
Savage Girl 267 says hello everyone.
Hello to you. Alright, this is Lake Jackson Fire.
Alicia Simonson says there has to be a cop that lives on that house right there by the big house that has the fence around it, because I always see a Clue cop parked right there.
Oh, fuck me. I'm sorry for cussing. I know it's a family show. I gotta go back. Hopefully the home scanner catches it.
3704, 3704.
So Freeport started talking right when...
Alicia Simonson says what happened, John?
Hold on. Sorry about the noise. Sorry about that. Freeport started talking right when I don't hear the address of this accident.
Attention fire first out. You'll be needed for traffic control for a minor accident at the intersection of 332 West and 2004. Traffic control
Route
only.
15 says no go.
2320. Tone time.
All right. So I heard it on the repeat. So Freeport started talking just some bullshit. Sorry for the cussing. I know it's a family show. That's just, I hate it when that happens. The scanner's been quiet all night, right?
Bruva 210 says 332 West.
Yeah, and 2004, it's a horrible place, but 332 West in 2004.
Milkben 15 says you're fine, John.
It's just frustrating when the scanner's been quiet all night and then Lake Jackson Fire starts
Bruva
talking.
210 says 2004.
Yeah, and then the Lake Jackson scanner, Freeport starts talking just some
Stream
BS.
Element says Savage Girl 267 just subscribed.
Thank you for the subscription.
Milkben 15 says yeah it is. I am the man says where we going, John?
332 in 2004.
Chris Ellis 19,933 says you're fine, John. I promise you ain't no one touches as bad as I do. Chris Ellis 19,933 says that was all messed up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the scanner, the way it works is it's just scanning frequencies.
Minor Preppers 1 says where is that by Captain Marks?
No, it's
Will 15 says that was.
Off flatbed with a large tank on the back at the fuel pump, and they saw me and took off.
Oh, they saw you and took off.
Watts 6,469 says are we headed to a call or just floating?
I'm going to try to see if we can't get to this accident. We got nothing else to film. I'm such a status, I'm using my turn signal that doesn't work. Turn it off because the noise is annoying.
Clear for special watch.
Freeport's doing special
Chris Ellis
watches.
19,933 says what I meant to say you're fine, John. No one cusses as much as I do, lol. Will Ben 15 says let's go to it.
So we're going. I just got to get to the highway. It's going to be maybe a little difficult to park. Also, I'm guessing it's fog related. My guess is that when we get to 2004...
Will Ben 15 says okay.
My guess is when we get up there, it'll be full of fog.
22, clear for special watch.
Hey.
2836, 2836. Thanks, show me out on here.
Stream Element says thank you for following who is back now.
Thank you for
Wolfman 15 says it probably will.
Thank you for the follow.
God 0F Gaming says the fog always sucks when driving.
Yeah. That's a guess. But you think about when we were driving from Angleton, that's about where the fog was starting. Alright, let's get on the...
Good.
Helmicoper says I'm surprised you didn't go down
I'm not sure that one fog is too big. You better have to be able.
There.
I need to get on here. I see what you're saying though. Guys, after this stop, we gotta take a yellow break.
I am the man says, are we going to a county called John?
I'm going to this accident. County call didn't give me that address. That would have been a good call to go to. They said they were out on a motorist
Will Ben
assist.
15 says okay.
They said they were out on a motorist assist, and as soon as they saw him, he took off. But I didn't have a location, so so they'll probably track him down to the end of the earth. How dare you not take our motorist assist? We're here to assist you. Alright, fire department's already on
I am the man says Laggin' John.
They will when we go through here.
Kratos God 0F Gaming says what kind of car is this? That's Challenger Charger.
It's a Camaro.
49 gun.
7-2, Edward
Says no lagging.
Alright.
Confirming 712 Edward Lincoln Henry.
1450 on location.
Don't need any apparatus out here.
Just said they don't need any other apparatus out there.
1450 clear.
Station 1 received, standing by.
Kratos God 0F Gaming says nice has some speed to it.
Unit 1.
It's a V6, but it gets me there.
Alicia Simonson says it's the magic carpet ball.
No, we can actually
Unit
call
1
it a
driver
Camaro over here.
26160609. LP is going to be David Henry 8.
Station 1,
Henry
won't need any apparatus out here.
Henry 8. Henry 463.
Alicia Simonson says I know I was just being funny.
Station 1 received, standing by.
I gotcha.
That's for Unit 1.
Alright, Unit 1. That's Reese on line. Now they're running everybody.
Unit 1 driver 26160609. 26160609. LP is going to be David Henry 8. Henry 463. David Henry 8. Henry 463.
clear.
So far, I don't see anything.
410-3, 410-5, take off there.
Check the other side. Let me check. I sure don't see anything. Dang it. I'm gonna... If I go up further, we're gonna have to go along.
Scooby Snacks _ says about 26 mpg John. Will Ben 15 says I don't see it.
I don't see it either. We're at the exact location, but more than likely it's going to be up here. Which, if it's on the other side of the road, they said west, so... should I do a U-turn? Let's just go straight, see what we can find. But they're way off on the location. This is literally...
Sure, Unit 1 driver is clear with no one because they have confirmed insurance.
I don't see it. This means we have to go a long way up here to do a U-turn. I'll probably lag through here, guys, but if it does it, I'll be right back. Now I gotta go quite a ways up here. It's probably gonna be on the other side, but they clearly said west in 2004. 332 west and 3...
456, your Unit 1 driver is clear with no ones, and they have confirmed insurance.
Carlos got 0F Gaming says don't worry, just click the button in car. Should say flight control. Should make you fly over to your destination.
Right? That's what we thought we'd be by this time, didn't we?
Tony's wanting to know if I can want to $1.99 to translate on a suspicious person sitting outside the Dollar General. 5-8.
I need my map.
3-7.
Find out where I can do a U-turn.
It says look at Unit 2. 46 is
Yeah, unfortunately we have to go way up here.
Yeah,
to do a
I'll run
U-turn.
out there. I just want to give you a heads up since you were headed for 42 and 28.
As you can see, the fog is pretty bad right here. Alright, we'll check the other side.
I was gonna have a unit out here to translate for me into some money. He's gonna be in the back of my unit.
He's gonna be in the back of the unit. He can't even talk to him. I'm assuming that's the motorist assist that took off on him. Which, I mean, if he goes to leave, he can.
KD2X underscore says.
Last 4, please.
I wish I knew where that stop was. All right, we're going to take off on 2004.
3536 0457 0457. Your name and DOB comes back with ID only.
All units back in with a report.
Clear.
I don't see him. All right, we're going to check the other side.
Michael Williams 2021 says, where are we going?
I'm looking for an accident.
Just to verify insurance manually on that Volkswagen, and the registration expired in 2021. Your name and DOT comes back with an ID only. Those are going to be clear.
If this isn't it, we'll take off up here and we'll go back around. Because it's clearly not at 2004 and 332, but it could be on the entrance ramp up there, which we wouldn't have seen being on top of the bridge. So we'll take off on Oyster Creek Drive and come back around.
On ramp from 35. License plate Tom Paul Victor 2719. Tom Paul Victor 2719. Unit southbound.
Gunner GG312 says, hello, John.
Lincoln 255 6409 8154.
Clear, Simmer.
Anyone see any fire trucks asking for a friend? Because I sure as hell don't. And I think I see them down there. So I thought about taking off on the Oyster Creek exit. Alright, we got fire, we got mall security over there. Is that mall security? What are they looking at? Oh, they're mad about that truck being over there. Mall security is just sitting over there. Why are you over here? Alright, let's go check over here.
Kratos God 0F Gaming says, I was curious, can you get paid to do this?
I'm getting paid right now. You're watching me. Yes. Yes. Right now you're either a subscriber or you're watching ads, so. We'll check this on-ramp right here. Just waiting for the red arrows.
$5549. Oscar Lugo shows have a deal that's clear and current north.
Nope. I don't see it over here either. Well, I don't know where the hell they are.
Your signal.
So I thought it might be on this entrance ramp right here.
Alan's out with me.
That's clear.
I mean, you guys heard the traffic like I did, right? Someone definitely gave the wrong location. Alright, I've checked everywhere I know to check here. We'll go down to
Lenadement says yes.
I mean...
Miss You Scrabby says maybe it is on 2004.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to go down 2004, but...
1450 Lake Jackson.
Alicia Simonson says yes.
1450, go ahead.
Zoris Saxo _ says yes.
Yes, ma'am. Vehicle's pushed out of the lane of travel. I'll be clear back in service.
We'll go check down here a little ways. We got a Bubba truck that's...
You see lot cops out and about driving, because in my city I don't see my police driving around much.
Yeah, yeah, you need to check the side of the road looking for taillights and a plant.
1450, go ahead.
That's where they're at.
Vehicle's pushed out of the lane of travel. I'll be clear back in service.
Well, we didn't see them, guys.
1450, clear.
Addison says hello everyone.
Hello to you.
Got it 5, sorry, I trailed off though.
That's clear.
The homeless Nana says, does that mean their stop is over?
Yeah, basically, well, at least for the fire department, yes. They said the vehicle's out of the road, so the fire department's like, I'm out. The cops are still there.
Addison says my TT name is John's daughter, but I'm not your daughter.
Welcome in. Glad you found us over here.
Oh, no, no, no.
I'll just tell you a funny story about your username. My daughter was like, what if I wanted to come in as use John's daughter? I said, well, you can't be.
Addison says Pam helped me get y'all.
Oh, no, Dylan's going to be eligible for a clear. That's fine.
But the fog is really catching up here.
Addison says, oh no, I can change it for her.
No, it's fine. She was if you knew her personality, she's completely kidding. She was
Blurp
completely
says
kidding.
playing blurp sound emote meme using 1,000 Twitch channel points.
She was completely kidding. If she was really, she had her name that, I would probably...
Addison says okay.
If that was really her username, I would probably actually block her. Because I try to hide all of them. I try to hide my family from.
The homeless Nana says, how much gas do you go through in a week?
Oh, a lot. I fill up. Oh, this fog just got real heavy right there. I go through about $40 every 2 days. $40.
418-15802.
Mark the Mad Shark says, are you an only child, John, the youngest of 9 me?
Nope, I'm not.
Bayou Preppers 1 says, what happened, John?
There was an accident, we couldn't find it.
God 0F Gaming says, hopefully the accident isn't too bad. KDKD2X __ says, John NGLUAW bro for going out every day and showing us the real in cops.
Yeah.
The homeless Nana says, wow.
Yeah, that's foggy, guys.
Alicia Simonson says the fog is bad. I always hate it in the morning when I'm taking my kids to school cause sometimes in the morning the fog is so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Melanie Syop 1784 says, do you have sisters and brothers?
I do.
I am the man says, can we go to Freeport, John? Blurb says, playing blurb sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points.
Yep, we do every night show what the cops really do. That is our mission. Maybe one day the people will have enough of it and do something to change it. I doubt it. This is what the people voted for.
4616, you clear for a public service?
Wax Hustler 80 says, what's up, people? Will Ben 15 says, I am going to bed.
Good night, Ben.
Blurb says, playing blurb sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points. Alicia Simonson says, let's go check on Miller Law.
Let's go check on Miller. I haven't heard anything out of Freeport tonight. I just heard them doing property checks. That's the only thing I've heard Freeport doing.
Will Ben 15 says, good night.
4616, you clear for a public service? Good.
Wreck on 332 at the intersection of 2004 beside the urgent care.
All that, okay, honey.
Alicia Simonson says, did you go live last night, John, or no?
No, I took last night off. You did not miss anything.
Kratos God 0F Gaming says, long drive.
Yeah, long drive. We do a lot of driving here.
Alicia Simonson says, are we going on a field trip tomorrow?
Yes,
tomorrow. Are you clear on my traffic?
Wax Hustler 80 says, I've been working so hard in my wax office and looked up and it was 12:40.
So if I want to check the weather tomorrow, if it's foggy, I'm not driving that far. If it's not foggy, then we will.
Bayou Preppers 1 says, I think John did 8 days in a row.
Yeah, I did. If it's foggy, I'm not going to go on a field trip. But if it's not foggy...
I am the man says, how many miles do the magic carpet has?
115,000. When I got it, I had 30,000. Yeah, I'm not going to do it in the fog, but if it's not foggy, then we will. Anybody know if it's supposed to be foggy tomorrow?
The homeless Nana says, has it been fixed yet?
Nope, it's still broke.
Kratos God 0F Gaming says, if I did something like this, it would be on a motorcycle law.
Oh, I don't know if I'd try this on a motorcycle.
Alicia Simonson says, let me check, hold on. The homeless Nana says, anyone else lagging?
It might be. Sometimes we do over here. This is 288B, so it wouldn't surprise me if we're lagging.
Gunner GG312 says, a little. I am the man says, try doing it on a bike, John.
Nope.
Alicia Simonson says no.
No fog.
Brat says no.
No fog tomorrow? Or no lag? It sometimes lags on 288B.
Alicia Simonson says, my weather app is not saying there's gonna be fog, but then again, you never know law.
Yeah.
Melanie Syop 1784 says yes, there is a chance of fog, especially in the morning.
Yeah, I thought it was said it was going to
The
clear
homeless
up.
Nana says better. Went out and back in.
Yeah. It's probably just, I'm on 288B, it lags over there.
Kratos God Zero F Gaming says weatherman always lies. Alicia Simonson says oh yeah, fog in the morning, I expected that, but I'm talking about I don't see anything for the night time.
There you go. I hope not. Because so far, the last couple of weeks, we have cold or fog. And cops don't work in either one, so.
Angie 416 says or rain.
Or rain, yes.
I am the man says sunroof up or down, John.
It's down. Because it's only 55, it'll get a little cold once you get going. Alvin Fire Department.
Go ahead.
There's no reason for this light to be this
Kratos God Zero F Gaming says wait, really, cops won't take risks on the roads with high foggy conditions.
Nope.
903 Spinks Drive.
I am the man says a lot of new faces include John.
Adam. It's going to be a
Yeah, this shift is
Alicia Simonson says I hate that light, John.
I do too. You guys can always tell on TikTok when I'm at that light. I'll be cussing. I mean, they can make
Melanie
it
Syop 1784 says I posted weather in Discord.
Thank you.
The homeless Nana says I think I'm cutting out early tonight and getting some sleep.
I don't blame you.
Mallory Jonas says hi, John.
Hello, Mallory.
903 Spinks Drive. Also going to be County Road 864A. Adam.
I'm going to take a yellow break up here. I won't go to Buc-ee's though, because that takes too long.
Stream Element says thank you for following @do_9.
Thank you for the follow.
The homeless Nana says good night, Trunkies.
Good night.
The homeless Nana is tired and has to teach the homeless children tomorrow law.
The homeless children. Good night, the homeless Nana.
Mallory Jonas says hi, John, sorry I didn't hear you because there was some ads. Little Bear 0420 says good night.
What was the question?
Christy Brat says good night.
Good night, Christy Brat.
Melanie Syop 1784 says she said hi, John.
Oh, hi.
Angie 416 says someone's elbow is in my back.
Guys, get along in the trunk.
507, that's clear.
There's room enough back there for everybody.
Mallory Jonas says I just said hi, that's all I said.
Oh, I said hi back.
Wax Hustler 80 says John will never live the homeless Nana down LMFAO.
I'm never going to.
Kratos God Zero F Gaming says I will be back, my friend, see you later.
Thank you for coming by. Thank you for following. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. You're new. We need new people.
Kirsty Brett says I'm not going was saying goodnight to Nana.
I get it now. I knew it as soon as I said that. I figured it out. I figured it out as soon as I said it. Alright, we're gonna go to Buc-ee's real quick for a yellow break.
Kirsty Brett says I'm in the UK nearly 6 a.m. here.
Oh boy.
Mallory Jonas says why do pencils stink? Because they are number 2 long. Scooby Snacks _ says any travel plans this weekend. Kratos God 0F Gaming says I'm glad to be part of Fun Law.
Well, we've only been on Twitch about a month, so.
I am the man says go get a drink, John.
Let's do it. Yeah, we've only been on Twitch about a month, so I think we're doing pretty good over here. If you look at my link tree, which you can get it by !link, you can follow me on all the other social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, X, Twitch, Kick. And that's very loud. I just ran off all my audience.
Kirsty Brett says, link.
EMS, first out. It'll be needed for a 39-year-old male. It's severe chest pain on the right side of his chest. He does have a history of heart problems.
Kratos God 0F Gaming says sounds good, I will check them out.
Thank you.
KDKD2X _ says you getting off, John.
No, I'm gonna go to the restroom over here at Buc-ee's real quick. No, I'm gonna record.
Mark Mad Shark says a killer whale's tongue is as big as an elephant, true fact.
No, I'm gonna record something tonight, damn it.
First out. It'll be needed for a 39-year-old male. And severe chest pain on the right side of his chest. He does have a history of heart problems. At the Springs of Lake Jackson, 905 Highway 332 East, Unit 307, Pound Time 2353.
All right, guys, I can't bring you guys in for this, but I'll have the speaker with me because I'm not going to detach it all. So I will be right back. Guys, behave. Be on your best behavior. I'm going to take the scanner with me.
Joanne 8775 says you're taking us to Buc-ee's. Angie 416 says that's big. 933 says, hey, woman's waxing the floor, you missed a spot. Mallory Jonas says, is everything good in there?
Everything's good.
Wax Hustler 80 says, John ran out of toilet tissue. Mallory Jonas says, huh. Kirsty Brat says, don't slip, floor is wet.
I know, I was worried about
Jonas
that.
says, ha ha. Kirsty Brat says, quick, he's back. Tammy Hayes 811 says, John, can you hear us? We could hear you.
I could hear everything you were saying. Yes. So could everybody in
Joanne
there.
8775 says, hey everybody, why you in the restroom area? We're stuck in the trunk and John won't let us out.
Oh boy. Yes, everybody could hear you guys. What was funny is right when you guys said stop looking under the stall, some person flushed the toilet really quick.
Send me the phone number, please, and I'll go let her know that.
Right when you guys said that, they flushed. I was like, are you kidding me?
Drinking top group, normal scan.
Yeah, I just...
Chris Ellis 19,933 says, we need some of that firewood up here in Tennessee. It's pretty cold this morning.
Well, you can keep the cold weather. We got 55 degrees. I'm comfortable today. I don't like the fog.
Give me the same answer that we discussed. Just send me the phone number, please.
Kirsty Brat says you missed a Chase Law.
I hope I did. I brought the scanner in there with me.
Mallory Jonas says, oh boy, Law.
I heard y'all plotting to take the car. I heard y'all.
Wax Hustler 80 says, LMFAO, that was me. Chris Ellis 19,933 says it's about 23 right now.
Somebody was hopping out of the trunk and getting in the passenger seat. I heard you.
Melanie Syop 1784 says, do you ever keep the scanner with you beside the bed?
I used to. Now when I go to sleep, I turn it off. I used to also listen to it a lot more during the day.
Kirsty Brat says, joking. Scooby Snacks _ says about 64 degrees here.
Ooh, I'm jealous. You're 10 degrees warmer.
Alicia Simonson says, that was me, huh?
I heard you guys plotting. Next time I'm locking the trunk when I get out. I'm locking it.
Kirsty Brat says, I think we was good.
You think you were good?
Wax Hustler 80 says, John, I fell asleep the other night with this on. The fire radio went off and scared the shit out of me. LMFAO.
I'm sorry.
Chris Ellis 19,933 says, where is it 64 degrees at?
Yeah, the fire alarms can be pretty, the EMS tones can be very loud.
Log one by number.
Roll one by number. Let's see what let me...
Melanie Syop 1784 says, it must be interesting what you hear, especially during the day. Alicia Simonson says, long.
09601924.
Alright, let's see if they're going to stop this person. This is Lake Jackson. I can plug the scanner
Wax
in.
Hustler 80 says, it was like the old days and made me jump up when it went off.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense.
423, log one by number.
Alright, so they're running, Lake Jackson is running someone's plates.
Mallory Jonas says, I am going to bed, John, good night.
They're gonna
I'll be
wait.
on here though listening while I am sleeping. I love you though. Good night.
Good night.
1924.
So I think they're running a paper tag is what they're running. No, run one by numbers.
423, clear.
Run one by numbers. They're actually running an ID somewhere.
423, that subject is clear.
Yeah, they're running an ID. Subject is clear. We're subjects. They are the kings and we are the subjects.
Tammy 9588 says, dishes and laundry done. I'm out, chat. Good night, babe. See all you beautiful souls next time.
See you later. I'll see you in a little bit. Someone has
Chris
to.
Ellis 19,933 says, man, Florida has got pretty weather.
3536.
Good.
Is there anyone that can come get me from CHI in Lake Jackson?
Someone can come get me from CHI in Lake Jackson.
Similar. Go ahead.
I guess he got stopped doing the blood draw.
What's he need? 4160, yes, anyone.
You need you to pick one from CHI, take him to his unit.
Alright, I'm gonna do my best to sit still and stop wasting so much gas. Right now we're at 204 until we run out.
4160, yes, anyone.
Hammy 9588 says you hate sitting still.
It's hard to sit still. It's so hard. Usually I'm busy. Alright, I'm gonna sit still. Let's see how long we can. I know what I can do. Oh, look at this.
Mallory Jonas says, before I go to bed, is it busy tonight or has it been slow?
It's been slow.
Wax Hustler 80 says, John, I love the video you posted of the cop that you told to fuck of and I asked why his coworkers were dicks. Kirsty Brat says, film the po-po. Alicia Simonson says, let's go tree watching, haha.
Someone made that clip. I just took their clip and... Let's see, how do I get to the stream manager?
Kirsty Brat says, test.
Test.
Mag 6, we'll be clear the scene. 200 people laying there. That's clear.
Angie 416 says we will not be sitting long cause John will get a itch and have to go ride.
You already know.
Mallory Jonas says, have you been on any stops tonight?
I don't think so. Earlier we were on one.
Mallory Jonas says, how many stops have you been?
None tonight, I don't believe. I'm just looking at the predictions. Quick actions. What does that do? It's hard to sit still, guys. I'm already ready to go somewhere.
KDKD2X__ says, let's go Freeport, Lake Jackson, and Clute lock in.
Lock in, guys. If you guys see lights, let me know.
Alicia Simonson says, yeah, let's go to Freeport.
We can go there. They're just doing, that's Freeport right there. They're just doing close patrols. All right, I sat long enough.
Melanie Syop 1784 says it's foggy, leave it up to John where he wants to go.
I sat long enough. It looks like the closer we get to the coast, the less fog there is, which is odd. It usually comes in off the Gulf.
Christine Pratt says, what time is it for you, John?
It is 12:08. We're right by the Gulf of America.
Stebrat says, please stop videoing me.
Why are you videoing me? It does actually look like the more we go south, we're out of the fog.
Melanie Syop 1784 says 12:09 p.m. Melanie Syop 1784 says
Good luck, buddy. Hope that works out well for you.
Lucky Imam 22 says, hey John and BC fam, hope I haven't missed much.
You haven't missed anything at all. Even though we've been live for 2 hours.
Blurb says, playing blurb sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points. Alicia Simonson says, sorry. Kirsty Brat says, how's Gilbert John?
He's doing good in his nasty little cage.
Lucky Imam 22 says, oh dang, been one of those nights, huh?
One of those nights. It's Monday.
Ground open 1. 23, you good?
Lucky Imam 22 says, boring as Monday.
Maybe on Santa Fe Freeport, he shows up at the hospital.
I got something to say.
Blurb says, playing blurb sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points.
Maybe I was wrong. Freeport is kind of foggy when we're coming
23, good. 04.
And now it's not foggy.
Alicia Simonson says, that looks bad, be careful John.
But then it clears up.
Good.
Yes, I'm usually 3536 port.
Clear.
Male 95.
Alicia Simonson says, never mind, all clear now.
then it'll just run. It's just like, it's patchy fog, but when you get in the patches, it's very foggy.
Bucky Imam 22 says, I'm watching you in Bubba Law.
Police.
Blurp says, playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points. Wax Hustler 80 says, my Monday sucked. I was advised at work today that they are getting ready to do layoffs, and I'll find out this week if I will still be employed.
Oh boy.
Confirming y'all are taking 2 units.
Never touch my balls.
Okay, he's in 39 units.
Pam said earlier, she said, I hope you find a raccoon, because one night I was complaining, man, I had nothing to record. She goes, yeah, you'd have been better off just finding a raccoon and filming a raccoon. So that's why she said earlier, find a raccoon.
Blurp says, playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points.
Help. Police. Murder.
Is the volume on that? Is it good now? It's not too loud, is it?
Kirsty Brett says, Pam wants a goat.
Yeah, Pam wants a goat.
Kirsty Brett says, no, not loud.
Okay. I'm gonna come in here and kind of hide so they don't see me. Like back here or something.
Angie416 says it's good. Little Bear 0420 says, that's hilarious. Kirsty Brett says the goat won't leave Gilbert alone.
Yeah, it probably won't.
Commander, can you pick
I'm gonna come back here and hide.
That the owner needed to be removed from the.
Not even in one of my regular hiding spots. Because if they see me, they're definitely not gonna do anything. They're not doing anything now. I haven't heard of shit on the radio. Nothing. But if they see me, they definitely won't do anything. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Freeport cop.
First shelter manager, can you page out ACO, please?
Yeah, put a 1 in
Both ones that the owner, they're going to need it to be removed from the house.
Put a 2 in the chat if you're a Clute cop. A 3 for Lake Jackson cop. And 4 for Angleton.
Kirsty Brett says 1 law.
We'll hide back here. I'm already wanting to go.
Medic 2 dispatch.
That's Lake Jackson.
Kirsty Brett says, where are they? Wax Hustler 80 says LMFAO.
Medic 2 transporting 1 patient on risk advisors for starting mild at 0.0.
I'm already wanting to go.
Medic 2, sir.
Alicia Simonson says hello.
Hello. right, guys, if we reach 75, I'm going to probably end. I'm trying to reach my average stream to over 75 so I can make partner.
Angie416 says, well, we aren't doing U-turns tonight.
That's right.
Submitted to transporting one patient on emergency devices for starting mile at 0.0.
I'm not going to sit here anymore. So we got to keep the average views up.
Bucky Imam 22 says lots of C notes tonight, I'm guessing.
Lots of C notes. So put in the chat how many channel points you have. I'm just curious. If you know how to check your channel points, let me know how many you have. I want to see if I'm using
Bucky
too much.
Imam 22 says we road tripping tomorrow.
If it's not foggy, yes. How many channel points do you guys have?
Imam 22 says I have 14K.
14K, alright. I'm just trying to judge what to charge for, or how many points to charge for stuff.
Alicia Simonson says same with scary movies. 903 print guy says 10K.
10K, alright.
Little Bear 0420 says 14K. Angie 416 says 10.7K.
Alright, so if I'm costing 1,000 points per noise, you think I should set them down to about 500?
Carrie Shearer says 4.8K.
Should I set the channel points things down to like 500?
45 says 7K.
7K? Alright.
Fuck the police!
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points. Bugman 459 says 4K.
4K.
Tammy Hayes 811 says 6.8K. Little Bear 0420 says no.
No, leave it at 1,000? Okay.
Calling the police.
Little Bear 0420 says you get them easy.
Jail time.
Tammy Hayes 811 says no.
Okay.
Bucky Imam 22 says no, I think it's okay, you get points for just commenting.
Okay. I think you get points for commenting and watching. I'm not sure. I'm new here. I don't know how any of this stuff is working. I just got channel points to work.
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points.
We're new over here,
Bucky
guys.
Imam 22 says yes and watching for so long too.
I just didn't want to be stingy.
Bucky Imam 22 says I got just 12 points for commenting law. Little Bear 0420 says you're right, John. That's how you get them watching and commenting. Thomas 30,951 says I think it's time to go to the palm trees.
I think so.
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points.
I wanted to at least, I'm so embarrassed, I'll probably set this one to private. I'll set this one to private. I think the only stop we had was on TikTok. This is embarrassing. I'm a horrible cop watcher.
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points. Wax Hustler 80 says you gotta look out for you, John. You're not being stingy. Kirstibrad says where is everyone?
Hey, we went up back to 90. That's good. We didn't go down, so that's good. If you'll notice, if I stop, we go down.
Calling the police. Hello? Yes, this video right
Blurp
here.
says playing
Jail
blurp
time.
sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points.
I don't want Blurp to say that, though. I don't know how to stop that. I don't want Blurp to say that every time. Oh, I know what I can do. I can turn... I know how I can stop it. I know how to stop Blurp. I'll do it at the next stop over here. I think there's a filter on the other app that I can turn off.
Stop! In the name of the
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points.
Yeah, I'll turn off Blurp. Blurp's starting to get on my nerves, but the sounds aren't. Ooh, I hate that bump. Don't park like this at Buc-ee's. Let me see if I can turn off Blurp so he doesn't say that every time. All right, that should stop.
Tammy Hayes 811 says, John, I hit my head when you hit that bump. Bayou Preppers 1 says, I'm awake, LOL.
Yep. All right, so that should make Blurp be quiet. Because sometimes Blurp is over talking over the noises. Someone try a noise. Let's see if that made Blurp be quiet. Because Blurp be talking too damn much. Maybe it would. Maybe it won't work. Yeah, I hate that bump.
Blurp says playing blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points.
Damn you, Blurp. Blurp is back. I'll have to work on Blurp. I was wrong.
Calling the police. Hello? Yes, this video right
Blurp
here.
says
Jail
playing
time.
blurp sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points. Wax Hustler 80 says, have fun y'all and be safe, John. I'm off to bed. I have to be up early and on a Zoom call at 8 a.m. Good night.
Good night, Wax. We'll see you later. Thank you for coming by.
KDKD2X__ says how much longer you going beyond?
I think we're gonna go to the palm trees now. Unless the SWAT team jumps out at us between here and the palm trees. There's just nothing happening.
Blurb says playing blurb sound emote meme using 1000 Twitch channel points. Alicia Simonson says, is it bar closing time?
They don't really open on Monday. Not in this area anyway.
Alicia Simonson says that's right.
Save our 195 miles of gas for tomorrow. We're gonna need it. If it's not foggy, we're definitely taking a field trip. Tomorrow we'll go where every stop they're gonna give me shit.
Simply_Brit says, points. Thomas 30,951 says, points. Alicia Simonson says, John, so tomorrow will the Discord notify me that you're alive, or do I just check it? I'm just asking again just to clarify. Sorry if I am bugging you.
Not bugging me at all.
Live Life for Fun 20 says, John, are you going to Justin area tomorrow?
Let's not say where we're going, or we're going to go on a field trip. Generally, I share the live in Discord too, so it's a second chance to get notifications. So yes, it should tell you. And if I do the @everyone, then it will get send
Little
everyone
Bear 0420 says, no, it's about to drop. Little Bear 0420 says under 75. Simply_Brit says, yay, I can say quiet now.
Yeah, you can say quiet. Go ahead. Everybody get it out of your system.
39 Blood Drive, 1231.
Bayou Preppers 1 says, so we're just flying around tonight.
Yeah, we're wasting gas tonight, so.
Little Bear 0420 says, have a good night, John and Trunkies.
Have a good night to you.
Bucky Imam 22 says, quiet, quietly quiet. Aiden Skates 09 says, are you leaving, John?
Yep.
Closing time. Open all the doors and let
Alicia Simonson says thank you John cause I don't know why I'm not getting notifications on TT when you go live, it's so weird.
Because they're mad at me, or TikTok is mad at me right now.
Aiden Skates 09 says have a good night John.
They're very mad because I went from doing 5 or 6 hours a night to 1 hour. So they're gonna punish me.
Aiden Skates 09 says we'll be on TMR.
Yes, definitely. But they scaled the rewards back and I scaled my hours
Alicia
back.
Simonson says good night John.
Yeah, TikTok is mad at me. You'll look at our numbers. We used to have 150.
Bucky Imam 22 says they're get over it law.
Yeah, look at our numbers. We went from average of 150 to now we're barely making 100. They're pissed, but I'm pissed that they decided they're going to pay everybody 40%. I mean, luckily both weeks I've made 53%. But it pisses me off the small creators that are not going to be able to do that. Because I don't think TikTok has the platform. They're making plenty of money. It's nothing but a damn money grab is all they're doing. And they want to call it rewards. Right? They want to call it rewards, and there's not a reward. And
Lucky Imam 22 says, yay, it's bullshit money hungry assholes.
Yeah, it's not a reward when you're paying people less. And then you want to describe it as scaled rewards. And then they put in big letters 53%. But generally, the only people that are getting that 53% are A1. Because it's almost damn near impossible.
Lucky Imam 22 says rewards my ass.
Yeah, it's not rewards.
Alicia Simonson says good night my purple friends, and yes they are assholes.
Mm-hmm. So they're not going to push me out as much, but I have to do 1 hour a night on TikTok still. That's what's paying. TikTok is paying the bills now. I still have to be nice to them. So I make more when we do the 2 battles with Bubba. I make more then than I do the rest of the night. Always. Basically, I survive off the 2 battles a night that we do with Bubba. If I sat around and did battles all night, which I can't, you guys see, I can't sit still. That's how I make my living, is off the 2 battles
Alicia
every night.
Simonson says, okay, I'll keep checking TT tomorrow evening and see if I can see you alive. If not, I will catch you on Twitch.
Okay. Discord should help. Yeah, Discord notifications are quick.
Simply_Brit says, oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, the only time I make money here, I'm gonna make money eventually, but I'm basically working for future.
Tammy Hayes 811 says we took all of Bubba's nuggies tonight.
We did. Well, won. He beat us twice, but that's where I make my living is doing those battles, because that's the only time what's sad is I think I'm providing good quality content. I know tonight has sucked, but I think I'm providing good quality content. But the only time that I make money is when I do the battles. And I would prefer to just make my content and not have to do the battles, honestly.
Alicia Simonson says, how do I turn on the notifications on Discord?
Oh boy. I'll talk to you about it in Discord, because I got to figure that out too. That'll be, because that might be bad though, because it'll send you a lot of notifications. Every time someone talks, they'll send you a notification. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me.
903 Print Guy says, be cool man. I will see ya tomorrow. Those FB messages are there.
Alright.
Bucky Imam 22 says, good night John and BC fam. Alicia Simonson says, oh okay. Tammy Hayes 811 says, good night John, don't forget to turn off the scanner and pick up your toys.
That's a good save.
Angie 416 says, good night John and Trunkies.
Good night everybody. Everybody say good night. I got the scanner turned off. That was a good save, because I would have forgot. I definitely would have forgot. We'll see you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Oh, let's raid somebody. Let's see if I can figure out how to do it. Someone almost... Let's see. Let's see if I can figure out how to raid.
Alicia Simonson says good night. Chris Ellis 19,933 says good night John and Twitch friends.
Let me find somewhere to send you guys to. I haven't done a raid yet. That's rude. Let me see if I can do it on my tablet.
Lenaidman says good night.
Let's see if we, guys, when you send you over here, I'm gonna send you to your raid.
Terry Shearer says good night.
I'm gonna send you to a live, and everybody just say hello and give a follow. Let me see who's on live right now. Give me a second. I'm gonna see if you guys don't mind hanging out with me for a minute till I figure out how to do this. Do you? Because I'm using a third-party app, so I don't know that I can do it from here. I gotta
Alicia Simonson says okay.
see if I can do it from the Android app. I don't know how to do
Tammy
it.
Hayes 811 says let's do it.
Let's do it.
Angie 416 says okay.
I'm gonna see if I can do it from my channel dashboard, stream manager, raid channel. Let me see, 33 viewers. All right, guys, I'm gonna send you to quit the build. Let's see here. Good. Wish us luck. I hope this works out, guys. Everybody say BC Scanner Raid, and then hit the follow button for me, okay? Let's do it. Good night, everyone. Let me know if it works in Discord.
Angie 416 says okay.
Is it working? I think I did it right. All right, guys, get ready. I think it's gonna work. Maybe I have to end this.
Bucky Imam 22 says it says leave join, but I'm still here.
All right, leave join. We'll see you guys. Bye.
Angie 416 says